Welcome to Prep Sports Network. I'm Brian Stanley, and this is the Sunset Honda pregame show.
Sunset Honda presents tonight's pregame show on PSN-TV. Sunset Honda has been voted Best of Slow County for 7 years in a row, and they are now a proud partner of Mission Prep Football. Now to the game, here's Big Red Brian Stanley.
I'm Brian Stanley, and joining me tonight, back in the captain's chair, or the co-pilot's chair that is, because I'm the captain of this ship, is Stephen Hodges. Stephen, we got you back for another week. Your final appearance in the regular season with us, and it's great to have you here on such an important night in the Ocean League.
I always thought we were an autonomous collective, first off. So I'm going to get that. I didn't think we had a captain type of situation. But, yes, this is going to be the last time I'm
you ran off to Cal Poly.
Yes, some decisions got made. This is going to be my last regular season appearance. I will be back for playoffs, even though there will be a road game that week. I will be happily driving in order to make sure I make that playoff appearance, which, the way it works in the Central section, every team can put their hands up regardless of record if they want to go or not. With how things are going for Mission Prep this year, I've got a pretty good feeling they're going to be putting their hands up for playoffs come the end of the season.
Definitely true. As the Royals roll in tonight, 7-0 on the year, an 8-0 record dating back to the last game of the regular season in spring when they beat Morro Bay in the season finale. So a lot of momentum here, but they're going up against the Royals tonight. Are going up against a formidable foe, shall we say, in the Templeton Eagles. And I say formidable foe because if you look at the numbers in recent time, the Templeton Eagles are 3-1 in the last 4 meetings against the Royals.
Well, it's going to be a dangerous foe for sure. This is kind of a trap game situation. We're talking about how important it is for league play and how, that's what everyone's going to be looking at is what does Michigan get up to tonight? What does San Luis Obispo get up to tonight as far as Ocean League play goes? But you can't take your eyes off of what's right in front of you. Templeton is set up to be a underdog kind of team. This is the perfect trap game because everyone's looking forward to the Slowtown Showdown, big-time rivalry, could be implications for who wins the Ocean League title, all that. Well, you're going up against a Templeton team that is very good, knows this offense very well, runs a underdog offense themselves. They're running the Silver T, which is designed to stretch and stress your defense to the maximum amount. And so it is everything set up for a real big shocker here in a Mission Prep Stadium. Templeton's ready to take this to them.
And I was looking at some film of Templeton on Max Preps today. And one thing that stood out to me, you talk about running the T, and leading a lot of the runs is Jack Wood out of the backfield for the Eagles. And I noticed there's a telltale in Jack Wood. When Jack Wood's carrying the ball, he focuses in on the quarterback like there's no tomorrow.
Well, it's going to be a similar offense to what Cal Poly used to run in the triple option. It's a little bit different. It's adjusted for a high school type setting. That's why it's called the Silver T rather than the triple option. Rather than being up near the line, you're going to have your slot backs moved back next to the running back in the backfield, creating a T-shaped formation. It's not just going to be Jack Wood back there, though. You also got Kale Lopnow, Isaiah Pasquale, and, of course, the quarterback Anthony Chavez or Noel Brady. I didn't get a clear answer on who we expect to start here tonight. As far as the options go for who's going to run the ball, when they're playing it at the full extent, all of those running backs are dangerous. All of those running backs have options. And I tell you what, they are running it real well because you look across the running backs, the 3 primary ball carriers that have over 60 carries, they all average more than 4 yards per carry, which is what you want for a run-first offense. They sometimes throw the ball fewer than 4 times a game. This is a very run-heavy offense for Templeton. It's not often that Mission Prep looks across the field and sees someone that likes running the ball more than them. This is one of those nights.
And the Eagles come in tonight matchup 4-4 on the year, Stephen, 1-2 in the Ocean League after dropping a contest last week after dropping a contest to the San Luis Obispo Tigers. The Morro Bay Pirates lost to our Royals 60-3, and then Atascadero picked up a league win over Santa Maria, who is 0-3 in league. So right now tonight, everybody at the top, which is Mission Prep and San Luis Obispo, the destiny is in their future, is in their grasp. I say it's in their. They have everything. I'm trying to word this right. Help me out, Steven. Help me out here.
They are in control of their own destiny.
Thank you. That's
However,
the words I'm looking for.
I would like to point it out this way. A more elegant way of how coaches will look at it. You can't win league tonight, but you can lose it. And that's got to be the fear that's very real for Mission Prep. You got to recognize a loss tonight takes all those ambitions of, we're going to have this first Slowtown showdown in however many years, and it's going to be for the league title and all that. If you're focused on that, this is a team that will hit you in the mouth. Templeton's a physical team. They're a well-coached team. They're a team that does not quit. You can't give them that opportunity. You got to be focused on the Eagles tonight.
And the Templeton Eagles, that 4-4 record, 149 points scored overall for the Eagles, 166 allowed, and that 1-game losing streak compared to the 7-game win streak for the Royals, as the Royals prepare to enter the stadium with their march through downtown San Luis Obispo. If we look at the top 10 standings from various ranking organizations around the Central Coast, Baller 805 VC's top 10, the Mission Prep Royals drop 1 spot as Camarillo climbs 2 to the number 6 spot. The Royals now number 7 in those rankings, and those rankings are a lot of elite teams on the Central Coast.
Well, it's all of the 805 is what they're ranking. Everyone from Ventura all the way through Slow County. I mean, it's a huge area that is ranked.
And then the Slowpoke Sports top 10 rankings still remaining number 1, the Mission Prep Royals, followed by Paso Robles. San Luis Obispo climbing 1 spot over Napomo following a forfeit win by St. Joseph. San Ynez 5, Rio Grande 6. Lompoc drops to 7. San Luis Obispo 8, Templeton 9, and the unranked Atascadero Greyhounds coming in at 10 as the Royals are making their march. They will soon be in the stadium.
Yeah, doing the Johnny Cash walk around the building as they always do, down Palm Street, then down to Pomo into the front entrance, which is the general admittance entrance. One more thing as we prep for this game, keep an eye on is just how many different running backs we're going to see for both teams. It's going to be an interesting kind of prop if you're looking at home. If you want something to kind of like challenge yourself on, I would challenge you with this. Who's going to have more people touch the ball in the run game tonight? Templeton, who runs this Silver T, or Mission Prep, who brags about how many different running backs they have? You talk about 6 running backs deep is what Coach Schuster likes to say for the Royals, and we've seen a huge variety of running backs for the Royals through this year so far. Jax Husank, Drew Harrigan, Andrew Abate, Canadian Elmerick, George Kardashian. The list is a long one, and that's not even getting into the quarterbacks that carry the ball, Brian. It has been a fantastic year for Mission running the ball.
Well, between both squads coming in tonight, 23 players have carried the ball this season.
Yeah, and that's phenomenal.
That's 12 for the Eagles and 11 for the Royals, and that's just an outstanding. But the difference here, both squads run the ball really well. As Don Crow has set this team up as a real run team, 1,778 yards rushing per game, only 298 yards, or sorry, 1,000, not per game, 1,778 yards for the season, 222 yards per game. Passing only is 2 yards short of 300, 298 on the year, only 37 yards a game. That's not great when you compare to the Royals, who are averaging 403 yards a game, 827 yards passing for the year, and 1,592 rushing for the year. Big difference in those two. But when you look, which puts the Royals up 400 yards more because of the passing game.
Yeah, and the passing game's been a major force for the Royals. Talking to Coach Schuster, he thinks he's got a couple guys that really could do some damage at the next level. J.J. Howard and Tyler Garrett, both very big weapons on the outside, both averaging over 20 yards per reception. both guys that will keep your run game balanced, because you can't just dedicate 8 guys to the box every play. You got to keep in mind those 2 wide receivers on the outside that can put up some big numbers on any given night.
And I was talking to Coach this week, and one of the things that he brought up is when we were talking about running games, he's like, I could easily have a 2,000-yard rusher right now.
Oh, easily.
Easily. But he has so much talent on this squad, he has to spread it around, and everybody loves that. Everybody loves getting the ball here. So nobody's playing that selfish game where, like, oh my gosh, I want the ball more than you. Everybody loves getting the ball. Everybody loves sharing the wealth around here on Mission Prep on the field. So the fact that Jack Susink doesn't have 2,000 yards this year is not a mark on him, because this team just does great at running the ball from multiple points.
Well, usually the overall kind of barometer you use at the end of the year is, did a running back have 1,000 yards? 1,000 yards is a very good season. And Jack Susank's still on track for that. He's at 885 so far. So, no slouch in his own department. 115 off that mark that a lot of people try to hit through their high school senior year.
And he's averaging 126 a game. So this could be the game right here where he gets over 1,000 yards. And in 8 games, and he comes up. And they're only playing 9 games this season in the regular season because of a cancellation at Edwards Air Force Base.
Yeah, the loss of that game against Desert, that game may or may not have been that great for them in general, just due to the travel and due to the competitive quality of the game. But generally speaking, Jack Susank's in a very good position to end up as one of the top rushers when you start talking end-of-year awards across the Mountain League, across the Ocean League. He's going to be one of those guys that's going to be highlighted very highly.
Captains are meeting at center field for the Eagles. Austin Marquette, Jack Wood, Dylan Dylan Helmley, and Lane Miller. For the Royals, we got Jack Susank, Caleb Alalim, Jacob Butler, and Elijah Granadas.
Yeah, it looks like Templeton's going to defer. Mission's going to start with this ball, and so they'll be breaking that trend that they've had the last couple games of, coming out slow and kind of getting having to play behind the 8 ball early. Of course, Morro Bay scored that first field goal, and then Mission ran 60 points against them. So it's not like that bothered them anyway, but we're going to see this high-powered Mission offense to start things off here.
Correction, Harrison Oradre was the 4th one there. And we're going to go ahead and take a timeout. This is Mission Prep pregame show presented by Sunset Honda.
The students and families of the Templeton Unified School District community as the head coach of the varsity football team at Templeton for many years.
Slow Brew The Rock is home to a 30-barrel brew house, canning line, and tasting room. The Rock features a tap room restaurant, catering kitchen, and event space. The casual setting is centered around The Rock, with extensive landscaping, casual outdoor seating, and fire pits. The Rock boasts one of the largest venues in San Luis Obispo County for corporate functions, weddings, and other celebratory events. Open Tuesday through Sunday, noon to 8 p.m., it's the perfect pregame hangout spot before the next Mission Prep football game. Find us at 855 Aero Vista Place in Slow. Go Royals!
Hi, this is David Idell from Sunset Honda. We make car buying easy.
Like 0% financing or Sunset Honda's transparent lease, where there's zero due from you when you lease any new Honda.
Looking to cash in on your vehicle? Sunset Honda makes that easy too by offering $1,000 over Kelley Blue Book on your trade-in. Have another offer? Bring it. Worried about new car inventory? Don't be. Sunset Honda is packed with the vehicles you're looking for, and if you're thinking pre-owned, we have every option from Honda Certified to our value lot filled with vehicles under $10,000.
Plus, Sunset Honda is offering our essential workers a $500 discount voucher on any pre-owned vehicle. No wonder Sunset Honda has been voted the best new car dealer in Slow County 7 years in a row.
And that's the Sunset Honda experience, where we make car buying easy. Get started today at sunsethonda.com.
0% for up to 48 months on 2021 HRV and Pilot models. 0% for up to 36 months on 2021 Odyssey and Passport models. For well-qualified buyers, Tier 1 through 3 through American Honda Finance. Essential worker discount on pre-owned vehicles only and can't be combined with other programs like Costco. Offers valid through 7/6/21. See dealer for details.
What is most important to you? At Mike Smith State Farm, giving you the right insurance advice to protect the life you're living and the people you love is our highest priority. Give us a call at 805-546-8393. We represent a company large enough to have your back, but an office small enough to care.
Old San Luis Barbecue, a proud supporter of Mission Prep Royals football in the 2021 season. Established in 2010, they are Slow County's best Santa Maria-style barbecue. Couple of locations to choose from in San Luis Obispo, one on Higuera, one on Broad. They're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Fridays and Saturdays even later, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., a great spot to stop by after Mission Prep's next win. At KD Capital Mortgage, we know that your home is much more than four walls and a roof. Your home is where dreams are born and memories are made. That's why whether you're looking to refinance your current home, purchasing your dream home, or buying an investment property, our goal is to help you take advantage of today's historically low rates and make sure you find the right loan to match your specific needs. So whatever your mortgage needs may be, the perfect loan is waiting for you, and KD Capital is here to help. Please give us a call at 805-226-5550, a proud partner of the Mission Prep Royals. Friday Night Lights and Mission Prep Royals football back on the Prep Sports Network for the 2021 season. All broadcasts are presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo. Let's go to the field with the voice of the Royals, Big Red Brian Stanley.
And welcome back inside the friendly confines of Royal Stadium on the campus of Mission College Prep. I'm Brian Stanley, joining me, Stephen Hodges, for tonight's Ocean League matchup between the Templeton Eagles and your Mission Prep Royals. Eagles coming in tonight 4-4, 1-2 in the Ocean League, coached by head coach Don Crow. The Mission Prep Royals coming today 7-0, 3-0 in the Ocean League, coached by head coach David Schuster. The Royals will begin with the ball, receiving the opening kickoff following the coin toss. Stephen, 3 keys to victory tonight for the Royals in order to advance to what could be a championship game in the season finale.
Well, on the offensive side of the ball, it's going to be about controlling that football. You can't turn it over. Templeton's going to be looking for every chance to get those possessions back into their own hands. Controlling football tonight is going to be very vital, as there's going to be fewer possessions due to the heavy run game of both teams. On the defensive side of the ball, it's about doing your job. Do your own responsibility. You can't be worried about whether someone else is taking responsibility of their own part of the woods, because the offense is completely dependent about guys breaking contain, about guys not holding on to their gaps. And for a third one, why not? Because, yes, for 3, we'll go ahead and say on special teams, you got to win that field battle. It's going to be a long stretch for both these teams, and it'll be heavy on the run.
And the kickoff is muffed but quickly recovered by Isaac Townsend, and not the way you really want to start the game with a special teams mistake. But the Royals able to maintain the ball 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line as the offense comes on the field, led by Kobe White.
Well, the sky kick was there because they didn't want to allow a big return there, and I think it just caught Townsend a little bit by surprise. It's not how you typically start out a game, especially that shallow. So Townsend caught by surprise but makes up for his mistake real quickly, gets his feet on the ground, gets a handful of yards, and Royals actually got pretty good field position to start this off.
White looks to his right, throws a deep pass over the middle. Howard catches it and walks into the end zone. A 62-yard touchdown pass from Colby White to Howard. And there is no laundry on the field, and we're underway very quickly here in the opening moments of this ball game.
Why wait? You got the biggest weapon on the field. Why not use it? The long rifle of J.J. Howard making a sniper shot down the field. Skinny post to get that inside leverage, and then just the delivery by White. That's how you want to start out. You want to get a touchdown on the board fast? Why not do it right away? Colby White to J.J. Howard to start things off. 61 yards to the house.
11:48 on the clock, and the kick is up and good for Jack Susang. And that touchdown and every touchdown brought to you by KD Capital Mortgage. Visit them at 1305 Vine Street in Paso Robles for all your mortgage needs. And what a big opening for Mission Prep here.
Yeah, you talk about how good J.J. Howard is, how good he is as far as his speed, height, length, everything you want in a college-level wide receiver, he's bringing to the table, and he's doing it week in, week out. He just gets overshadowed because there's so many other aspects of this offense that get highlighted, and you talked about it in the pregame where Coach Schuster could be feeding these guys stats, could be doing it over and over, just pounding the ball, airing it out, doing whatever he wanted. But really, it's spreading it out, and that's why J.J. Howard probably isn't putting up the wide receiver numbers of guys like Travis Royal on the Central Coast, but he's just as capable as any other player out there.
So only 12 seconds ticked off the clock, and the Royals are already up 7-0. Are we going to see the onside kick here? This is going to be a reflection of last week where they scored 2 touchdowns in 10 seconds with the old switcheroo.
Well, I mean, you look at the situation right now. All of the front line for Templeton is ready just in case that's the case. We know Schuster likes to play some tricks, but I don't think that's the case here.
And here's Jack Susang booting it away deep. And it's being returned by the Eagles. Coming up the middle, finding some room. Wide open. It is Jack Wood. One man to beat, and that is the kicker, Jack Susang. And Susang's not going to let him get away, pulling him down at the 31-yard line of the Eagles. A huge return coming from within inside the 5 across the 50.
Well, when you're setting up your kickoff cover, you often look at your kicker as the free safety of your kickoff cover. He's going to go wherever the ball goes. The Royals had that extra security that the free safety at their kickoff cover is their free safety, Jack Susang. So he's able to get in there and make that tackle. But what a showing for Jack Wood. They're not going to go quietly and fold under this pressure.
Quarterback for the Eagles is Bo Swan. Swan hands it off. And met at the line of scrimmage is Isaiah Pasquale. And he is pushed back for a short loss. And they're going to give him, I believe, forward motion. And give him no gain. So they're going to spot the ball with no gain. 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. Ball spotted just inside the 30.
Wood with the carry.
And Jack Wood with the carry, trying to get outside the hash marks.
Is Isaiah Pasquale once again just going forward with that fullback dive. They're going to try and get those yards right through the gut and then hopefully open things up on the outside. That's typically how you run the Silver Tees. You run your basic plays, see what you can get up front, and if it's not there, well, then you throw the ball, maybe you go outside.
Isaiah Pasquale in the backfield with Landon Miller as the quarterback runs out, and the ball comes loose. Fumble on the play. Royals all around. Jack Susang with it. He finds some open space. He's trying to get some room. He's across the 30, across the 20. He's looking for the end zone. 10, 5, touchdown Royals.
What a strip 6 by Jack Susang there. That's going to be the big highlight, but don't forget the pursuit by David Luera. It's October. It's near Halloween. He looked like Jason Voorhees coming up in the backfield, just right in the back of the frame. Strip sack for David Luera, leading to a strip 6 for the Jack Susang. What a sack. What a finish. That's amazing. Good defensive effort. I mean, you could say what you will about the special teams before it, but perfectly executed. No yards from the push up front, and then a strip 6 afterwards. Beautiful start.
Roughly 60-yard fumble recovery by Jack Susang, taking it to the barn. Royals up 13-0. That touchdown and every Mission Prep touchdown brought to you by KD Capital Mortgage. Give them a call at 805-226-5550. And that kick up and good for Jack Susank.
The extra point is good.
And
The 10-23
we're not even 2 minutes into this ball game, and we got a 14-0 ball game. Mission Prep.
Forget 2 minutes. We're not even 100 seconds in yet. 97 off the clock so far. This has been a very fast start for the Royals. This is the type of start that coaches dream of. The question now is, how do you finish this out? Your defense and offense are firing all cylinders, but Templeton's going to push you to that pace. Don Crow's a veteran coach. This isn't going to shake him to his core. He's going to find ways to make things work. Two punches don't make a heavyweight bout.
I was talking to Kevin Richardson from San Jose State broadcast team, and he's like, who's the Royal playing this week? Templeton Eagles. Who's their coach? Don Crow. Oh, he's one of those old school Valley guys. Eagles need to be careful.
Don Crow coached back when they were in the Central section before they were in the Central section. And then there's that stint where they were in the Southern section, Los Padres League with Slowpoke and all them. Coach Crow wasn't there for that, but he came back last couple of years. He's part of the big resurgence to this program. The weight training regimen he brings, the work ethic that he brings. Templeton looks like a completely different team than it did a handful of years ago.
So Don Crow has a history and has a legend behind him. So be careful for these Eagles right now. Even though they're down 14, there's still plenty of room for them to fly here early in this ball game. As Jack Susank ready to deliver this Mike Smith State Farm kickoff. And this one is deep. And that one's going to go so deep into the end zone, it's going to be a touchback. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the 20-yard line.
Well, the Eagles right now are tasked with a very difficult task. They've got to find a weak spot on this Mission Prep D line that they can attack with this silver tee. The bad news is, across the front, Mission Prep is very stout. The good news is this silver tee gives you the chance to stretch and make holes that did not exist there before. So the question is going to be how they do that. Where do they expect to find that space once they start morphing this tee and kind of finding new spots to go attack?
As the Eagles offense comes out to the field, we have a new quarterback under center, Anthony Chavez. And they hand off to Jack Wood as we see a new offensive lineup. And he's taken down short of the first down marker, 9-yard pickup. It's going to be 2nd and 1 for the Eagles as we see a new quarterback and a new running back.
Well, yeah, Jack Wood stepping up there. He was in the formation earlier. He just wasn't getting the ball there. He just goes off the right tackle, finds that space on the outside. That's going to be how you open up those lanes back up in the middle where Pasquale wasn't able to find that space, is you go off tackle using your other back.
And off to Pascal as he's met by the defensive line. And he's unable to get very much, but he does get enough for the first down, which is what you need. You need to move the sticks, keep the drive alive, and to avoid getting to those third down situations.
Yeah, talking to the coaching staff before the game, we joke that if this offense was good enough for John Heisman, it's good enough for a high school team. This is what they used to run back at Georgia Tech, back when football didn't really have the forward pass fully implemented yet.
Anthony Chavez, the quarterback.
Chavez pitches it out to Wood on the left side. Wood breaks one tackle, unable to break the second as two Royals bring him to the ground. George Kardashian in on that tackle along with Jacob Butler.
Yeah, they kind of cap off that statement earlier. Back in the day, football used to be 2 yards in a cloud of dust. It's going to be a lot of that here tonight, even if it doesn't look like they're doing a lot. As long as those chains are marching down the field, this offense is being successful.
Chavez turns around, hands it off, and quickly taken down in the backfield is Pascal, and doing that dirty work is David Luera.
Yeah, David Luera is not the guy you want to have free in the backfield, and it's happened twice in this game, and each time they've been met with punishing hits from the junior. David Luera is going to be one of those guys that we're going to be seeing playing on Saturday. He's a mean guy on defense that has been transformative in this Royals team in general.
Hand off to Pascal once again, and he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. And this time, the Royal was Ryan Ade.
And this is going to be where this offense is going to be pushed to the max. The second, 3rd and 10 they've had, they're almost certainly passing it. Question is going to be how are they going to adjust that pass protection to give their quarterback a little bit more time. David Luera got free last time. led to that 60-ish yard strip sack. That was the second touchdown for the Royals.
Royals showing a 5-man defensive front. Chavez looks to throw out to his right side. The pass is complete. As Landon Miller is drug out of bounds by the defense. As Elmerick was there to pull him out of bounds, stop the play.
And we're going to see a punt here. And with J.J. Howard going back to return, you got to wonder where they're going to try and aim this, because Howard has shown his speed. He's shown his ability to run in the open field. You don't want this ball to go to the hot wide receiver back there who's already scored once in this early game.
Michael Gillis is the punter for the Eagles. J.J. Howard, the return man. A good punt as the Royals call grenade, get away from the ball, and that ball is down inside the 35-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 Royals from the 33-yard line. They'll be starting on the near hash mark. This is the deepest their offense have started all game.
Well, the second time they've had the ball, and it's only about 7 yards back from where they started. It's about 6 yards, so not bad field position for the Royals here early in this game. Question's going to be, are they going to try and bomb it out once again?
So far, only one play from the line of scrimmage. Royals have touched the ball twice, 2 touchdowns. White steps back, throws, and that pass is broken up. Intended target Mario Larrera, as he was surrounded by a bunch of white shirts.
Yeah, Caden Javadi and Lane Miller on the coverage for the Eagles. Eagles are actually pretty decent in that coverage there near the line. They're going to be running kind of a shell zone with their linebackers, really focused on the run. But if you go to pass it, they're ready on that second layer of coverage.
2nd and 10 for the Royals. They're moving right to left, wearing gold pants, dark navy uniforms, gold trim, gold lettering. Hands it off to Harrigan, and Harrigan pushes his way to the 40-yard line. And coming up short of the first down, 3 yards to go, 3rd and 3.
He's brought down by
and Drew Harrigan's been kind of the understated running back this entire year. He's got some fantastic numbers behind him. Coming into this 47 rushes for 363 yards, 7.7-yard average, 4 touchdowns. I mean, he's a fantastic running back in his own right. Problem is, Jack Susank's been phenomenal.
Working under center, I formation. Larrera in motion, left to right. Turn around, hands this one off to Harrigan once again. And Harrigan blasts his way across the 45 for the first down. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Royals, 48-yard line. They're inching closer to the 50.
Yeah, good old-fashioned halfback dive. Just get the ball in the running back's hands and have him right behind, run right into the A-gap with the fullback leading him. It worked for decades and decades, and then we slowly moved over to the shotgun. But there's nothing wrong with that classic style of play. Just get behind your guard and center, fullback run ahead, and just have the running back follow it up.
6:38 on the clock, first quarter. As White steps back after the fake. Pass incomplete, intended to target Mario Larrera, as Colton Sabroria breaks that one up.
And they're attacking these flat routes pretty aggressively. I love the flat route, particularly for the tight ends and fullbacks, because there's usually a lot of open space there. But the linebackers for Templeton are keen on that hard. They're not allowing anything in that flat area or any of the shallow crossing routes. I might go back to that deep route to J.J. Howard, or maybe look to Tyler Garrett, because they're looking at the flats. They may not be looking behind them.
That was an incomplete pass, correct?
Yes.
Then why did the ball move 2 yards?
Well,
Second,
God works in mysterious ways.
2nd and 10 or 8, hand off to Harrigan, and they get the 2 yards again, officially, I guess. I'm just watching the spot of the ball, and it was sitting at midfield on the M.
Well, Landon Miller shot into the backfield there and got a good piece of Drew Harrigan before he got to the line of scrimmage. I know, you're not wrong. Just shot into the backfield and took Drew Harrigan down near the new line of scrimmage. Not really the original, I'll say, but
we'll call it the new line of scrimmage.
The new line of scrimmage, right there by the end. They just wanted to make sure that it's perfectly framed next to the mission. Give it a sense of place,
Yeah. They were setting it up for Thomas giving him the shot of the lifetime.
Exactly.
As the Royals step to the line of scrimmage, showing blitz are the Eagles. Handoff, once again, finding some room. Jack Susek, he's off to the races. No one in front of him, and he's going to find the end zone for the second time tonight. First time on offense. And that was a 50-yard touchdown by Jack Susek. And as the announcer and Steven is pointing, which you cannot see, there is a flag.
There's a sideline warning against Templeton. Not going to make a difference. Something that really impresses me about Jack Susek's running is the ability to change lanes while at full speed. In hockey, they call it a heavy crossover step. In football, it's just good jukes, good hips, out of way to move through the hole. That's what makes him so hard to tackle is you think you're coming straight at him, then he changes lanes and gets even faster. It's amazingly hard to tackle Jack Susek.
And Jack Susek's kick is up and through the uprights. 21-0 is our score here in the first quarter. We are officially halfway to a running clock.
I mean, Templeton's going to have some things to say about that. But, yeah, you talk about how to start a game. Wow. Jack Susek getting it done on both sides of the field. In fact, he saved a touchdown on the kickoff cover, something that he's not asked to do typically. He's off to a great start. David Luer is off to a great start, getting aggressive on defense, really setting up this offense with short fields as a result, setting up that strip sack. I mean, this team is operating at a very high level. That's not even counting guys like Ryan Audet that we don't talk about all that often because – if he's engaging a block and taking up a gap, well, going to just bounce that around. This team in general is just doing what's asked of them, and it's paying off dividends early.
And that touchdown and every Mission Prep touchdown brought to you by KD Capital Mortgage. We do appreciate their sponsorship. Visit them in Paso Robles, 1305 Vine Street. And coming up now is the Mike Smith State Farm Kickoff. And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And I know that for a fact because I have State Farm insurance. And if you don't believe me, come up to me after the game and I'll show you proof.
Yeah, you don't believe him, go ahead and rear end his car. He'll show you proof.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I need a new car. I'm looking for one of those new Teslas, with all those features, and so I can sleep as I come to the game. Oh wait, that's not what you're supposed to do. Jack Susek kicking off right to left. And here's the kickoff. This one is deep. Will be returned by the Eagles as Wood brings it up. He finds some room, delivers a stiff arm on George Kardashian. Jack Wood is pushed out of bounds just past the 20, 1st and 10.
Yeah, Jack Wood broke contain there for a second, but George Kardashian showing off his speed, being able to come back to the play and make something happen. Wasn't him that lost contain, but he fixed the mistake and kept Templeton from having great field position again. Seeing what Jack Wood can do on the kickoff return, that could have been disastrous if George didn't get his wheels on and go catch him.
1st and 10 for the Eagles. Trying to get some production going on this offense. They haven't been across the 50.
Yes, they have.
I was going to say, since starting, they crossed it on the kickoff return. I was going to correct myself. Thank you. And a big takedown in the backfield.
Jan Martinez carries the ball.
As Landon Miller was taken to the ground.
Drew Harrigan with that big hit. Normally you expect the guys going both directions, be the ones laying it down on defense, but there, Harrigan getting into the backfield and just delivering a huge hit. The Royals punishing physically today on defense. Normally you dictate your physicality on offense. Here on defense, they're just so powerful with their tackles.
Chavez under center. Hands it off in a nice little misdirection to Jack Wood, but the play is gobbled up in the backfield like Pac-Man was coming through.
Yeah, well, Pac-Man may as well have a new name of Ryan Audet there. Second tackle that we've noticed so far. Maybe involved on some of those in Pascal early in the game, but really just getting involved in this run game. Audet's got the big body up front that's going to make it hard to go between the guards, and there he's making the tackles happen in the backfield. That's what you want from your defensive tackles. Clogging things up and making an occasional play back.
Chavez rolling out, trying to avoid some pressure, and I think he tripped in the backfield. We couldn't see his footwork, and Audet was there to put him down, was to touch him down as he was already on the turf.
Yeah, I mean, in high school, as soon as your knee touches that turf, they're going to blow the whistle. But I still give Ryan Audet credit on that sack, because that was what caused the jib and jab that Chavez fell down during. Was he's trying to get away from that rush, and there's nowhere to go.
Punt unit is out for the Eagles. Michael Gillis standing in his own end zone. And we have a timeout, and the Eagles are going to take a timeout. Think this one over on 4th down. Well, so we're going to go ahead and take this quick timeout with them. This is Mission Prep Football presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
Proudly serving the Central Coast since 1966, California Fresh Market is pleased to be the presenting partner of Mission Prep Football. With locations in Pismo Beach and SLO, we're open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. California Fresh Market has it all, from a full-service coffee bar to an organic juice bar, sushi bar, full-service deli and catering. They fit all your needs at California Fresh Market. Local, independent, and fresh. We hope to see you soon. Go Royals!
Welcome back to Mission Prep Football, presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. Michael Gillis standing in his own end zone, awaiting the ball on the punt. Low punt. Able to get it off as George Kardashian delivers the pressure. And J.J. Howard's just going to watch it sell out of bounds at midfield. And it's going to be 1st and 10. Royals starting to cross the 50 this time. 47-yard line.
One of the players that's impressed me as the year's gone on, you've always got the guys that coming into the year are going to be very good, and the guys that surprise you. Guys like George Kardashian, who every chance he gets, he's doing the most effort he can. Almost had a block there, had the tackle on the kickoff cover. Here he's going to get some reps at running back, who that's where he's been lights out here in the tail half of this season. So I've been really impressed with Kardashian. I want to see more of him out there, and making plays on special teams is how you prove yourself.
In the backfield, Kobe White under center.
Kobe White working from under center. Throws wide open man, taken down at the line. David Andrade, and he is gobbled up at the 40-yard line. So they do move the sticks. But they don't move the sticks. They move the down marker. That's what, that's a good thing.
Well, quick little hitch route and just let the wide receiver go and have some fun. It's free-form jazz in a way. When you're at that kind of naked screen, all of the defensive backs, the corners, the safeties, they're all trying to make sure that nothing gets behind them. So you come off the line as fast as you can, blow the corner off of you, come back, get that catch. It's a big gain on a very simple play.
White working from the near hash mark under center. Steps back, looks to throw, stays in the pocket, little dancing. Flushed out now. He's trying to find some room to run as he gets a block, and chasing White on that was Aiden Wall, right on his tail. And that's a sophomore lineman chasing him down.
Yeah, you got that sophomore lineman chasing him down, and really give some credit here to the coverage team. It is cover 4 down deep, trying to make sure nothing was available way down the field. And White recognizes that, pulls the ball down, gets enough for that first down. But as you said, chased down by the sophomore lineman, making a big effort play for the Eagles.
One of the things we got going on, since we're on YouTube, we get fans from watching all across the nation, maybe all around the world. We got Linda Hodgland watching from Bass Lake, California. Appreciate you tuning in. As White, again, steps back to throw over the middle, and that pass is intercepted.
Right over the middle is intercepted
by the Eagles. And coming up with the pick is Parker Gowan. And that's not really what you want to see from your quarterback at this point when you're trying to put this game away early.
Yeah, Gowan just got under that ball, lofted a little bit short, but generally right idea, right place. Just needed to direct it a little bit deeper, a little bit more to the center, but it's easy for me to say that because I wasn't the one having to heave it. What was that, a 50-yard attempt downfield?
With pressure coming in.
With pressure, yeah.
We hindsight's 2020 when we're up here in the booth.
Anthony Chavez in a
Chavez under center, man in motion, handoff up the middle.
Eagles run up the middle.
And the man carrying that ball and that coming out of that scrum
Stop for a short gain by Jaden
was Wyatt Ramy.
And like we said, you're going to be moving a lot of different people carrying the ball here. I'd like to see them use some sort of fly sweep, because when you're going to do those sorts of actions left and right and then just hand it up the middle, the defense isn't going to believe you unless you've shown, hey, we're going to use this fly sweep at some point.
Dylan Helmling, the near receiver, man in motion, is Pascal, and he's going to take it. He loses his footing and is quickly taken to the ground. He's unhappy. And on that tackle for the Royals, Luke Terry and Caden Elmerick.
And there's that fly action I was telling you about. You just got to get out to the outside and put your foot in the dirt. It'll be a little bit tough. It was a little bit damp here earlier, so this natural grass field going to be a little bit more slippery. Dirt's going to be a little bit more loose. And that's exactly what happened there. Just lost footing down there by that 15-yard line. Saw it happen down there a couple times today and wasn't able to turn the corner.
3rd and 8 for the Eagles right now. Less than a minute to go here in the first quarter. Throw complete to Jack Wood from Chavez. Trying to get enough distance. He got the first down. He's out to the 40 before he's dragged to the turf.
Wood is taken down by
and he's dragged down hard. Slow to get off the turf, Jack Wood, but that's a first down for the Eagles with 42.6 seconds to go until the end of the first quarter.
Well, we've seen the pure athleticism of Jack Wood, so this is really disappointing to see. He seems to be in a lot of stress down there, so we'll be taking a break here.
And we'll be right back. This is Mission Prep Football presented by California Fresh Market, driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
Hyundai San Luis Obispo is proud to support Mission Prep Football this fall at 1407 Auto Park Way in San Luis Obispo. Come check out our Hyundai Getaway Sales event. With new inventory arriving daily, you won't want to miss out on what's going on at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. And if you don't feel like coming in, we make it easy with the option to shop.
And we're back under action after a very quick timeout. We do apologize for cutting the commercial short, but we have some action on the field and running the ball for the Eagles. Wyatt Ramey getting a good 4 yards on that carry. Again, we appreciate our sponsors, Hyundai of San Luis Obispo, as Mission Prep Football is always driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
2nd and 7 for the Eagles. Chavez under center.
2nd and 6, Chavez hands it off and brought down in the backfield like a bad habit by David Larrera was Wyatt Ramey. And what a way to end the first quarter with a big tackle for a loss.
Yeah, and David Larrera has been that thing that goes up in the night tonight for the Royals, so we'll be interested to see how he does the rest of this game.
After one quarter, our score 21-0 Royals up over the Eagles.
Hyundai San Luis Obispo is proud to support Mission Prep Football this fall at 1407 Auto Park Way in San Luis Obispo. Come check out our Hyundai Getaway Sales event. With new inventory arriving daily, you won't want to miss out on what's going on at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. And if you don't feel like coming in, we make it easy with the option to shop from home. For more information, visit HyundaiSlow.com. Mission Prep Football is driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
Welcome back to Mission Prep Football, presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. Teams have switched sides of the field. The Eagles will now be driving right to left. The Royals are up 21-0 over the Eagles in this Ocean League matchup. We are entering the second quarter. Eagles with the ball, 3rd and 9 from the 41-yard line of their own. What is it going to take for the Eagles to get on the board here in the second quarter, Steven?
Well, it's going to take them finding some extra ways to make plays happen. Right now they've been bottled up on offense, largely due to David Larrera having a night tonight. He's got multiple tackles for loss, a sack that ended up being a strip sack that led to a touchdown. I mean, they've got to figure out a way to handle this defensive line in front of them.
Chavez rolling out to his right, getting some pressure. That pass complete across the 50, down the sideline, and making the big catch, Colton Sabira.
And Colton Sabira getting out there, getting open. Really, Isaac Townsend putting on pressure, but it wasn't quite enough to shake the quarterback, who was able to stand put and get that ball launched. We're already seeing Templeton rely on the air game more than they're used to. This is not a team that enjoys throwing it that often, but they're starting to find some success. I expect them to kind of hang with this for a little bit until they can reestablish that run and get some players out of the box that's right in front of them.
22-yard pass for Chavez on that pickup. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Handoff up the middle, and Ramey got hit hard by Townsend on that tackle.
And that's been the theme tonight for the Royals. They're throwing players to the ground. They're hitting hard. They're hitting fast. This defense is looking real good. But Templeton right now threatening as they're getting closer and closer to that pay dirt.
Chavez working under center, 2 backs behind him. As we have a shift in the line. Hand off to Pascal. He's trying to turn the corner as he gets outside the tackles. And he's taken down by George Kardashian. And that's another Eagles first down. And the Eagles seem to get a new, fresher breath of air here in the second quarter. Maybe the wind's picked up. The Eagles are able to spread their wings a little bit, fly a little bit more.
Well, you take a little bit of time and get a chance to review a little bit of tape and say, hey, here's where we're finding the space is going to be. That can make a big difference in this type of offense.
Pascal hands it off up the middle, and met by a scrum was Ramey. Ramey met by that scrum, and he gains a good yard on that one, but he had to work for it.
And these were the plays that, you'd see at Cal Poly, and people would be frustrated saying, why are you just running it right up the middle? It's keeping those linebackers honest to those inside gaps. It's making sure that they can't start just worrying about contain, worrying about the pass game. That ball's coming right up the middle. They have to react to that first and fastest. So by running the ball up the middle, even if it's not going to get a ton of yards, it's still doing something that's going to help this offense.
Chavez under center, 2 backs behind him. He's going to hand it off, and we have Sabara.
Hands off to Sabara.
And this one goes back for a couple yards, and we're back where this series started, 3rd and 10 now.
Yeah, Connor Lopez and looked like Taco in on that tackle. That's Caleb Adelon making a big tackle down, behind the line of scrimmage, getting a little tackle for loss. That's going to set this up to be either a very long field goal if they get the 4th down here, or a very long 3rd and long. This is a great situation for this defense.
As Chavez getting pressure. Ball comes loose as he's hit.
By Gabe Rodriguez.
And Gabe Rodriguez with a big drag down as we wait to see who comes up with the ball. And it looks like Chavez recovered his own loose ball.
And I thought that was a forward pass, but they're going to mark that as a fumble. So that's another fumble sack for this Mission Prep D-line. When you're able to get that from just your D-line, not a lot of pressure coming from, linebackers, anything like that. They're not bringing extra personnel in. That's a huge sign of success for the entire night. When you're able to get that success one-on-one with your D-line on their O-line.
We have a 4th and 12 for the Eagles. We're going to throw it here by Pascal. He's getting some pressure from Rodriguez. And that pass out of the fingertips of Sabora. Colton Sabora, the intended target, and that's a turnover downs from the Eagles. A great attempt to keep the drive alive, just a little hot on the fingers. Going back to what you were saying earlier, the grass is a little wet, the ball can become a little wet. A lot of factors here tonight.
Well, and, he had a David Loera coming in right in his face, looking to get another sack, but let me point something out that you don't normally talk about with defenders. The sportsmanship. David Loera noticed the quarterback was getting the ball away, didn't take the chance to drive him to the ground. Some fantastic sportsmanship from the young player. Very happy with what I'm seeing with David Loera there.
And coming in, we got people watching from Pacific Beach, from your lovely city of Fresno that you love so much. I just don't get it. And that pass complete across the 30-yard line for White. As Howard pulls it in, as Andrade pulls that one in. Second completed pass for Andrade tonight.
For a gain of 7, it sets up a 2nd and 3.
A 6-yard gain. Quick moving offense for the Royals. Deep pass. And Andrade again the intended target. And he's in double coverage. Luke Terry also on the outside with him.
Yeah, it just doesn't bring that ball in, just like San Jose State doesn't bring in championships when it's a full season of football. Really just the nature of things when things like that happen. So once again, They had a chance to go deep. They're using a little bit of tempo, something you don't see from Mission Prep right there. But we're going to go back to that normal setup. When David Schuster needs to get the yards, he loves getting big and heavy, but he's not doing that here, actually. We're going to see another light personnel play.
Steven, that hurt. You insulted my Spartans. White hands it off this time, off the quick snap. And running through, breaking loose, George Kardashian delivers a hit. He's across the 50, still on his feet, across the 45. Kardashian churning like he's butter, slipping away from the defenders.
George Kardashian did this at the JV ranks years ago when I was first starting out as a broadcast partner for Mission Prep. And he said, all right, well, that's JV. He's not going to keep doing that. This looked just like it did a handful of years ago, where he's just plowing through guys, carrying them through. I mean, when you're the one running back in 10 personnel, you've got to make some big things happen. George Kardashian's doing that.
Down the line, that pass complete to Luke Terry. And Luke Terry pulled out of bounds by the defense, Caden Javetti.
Yeah, Luke Terry just getting that nice little speed out route, getting his hands on the ball. That's one of those standard routes that you want to see successful. Could have been a little bit deeper, but outside of that, exactly how you draw it up, getting those easy yards. Luke Terry doesn't get a lot of game time. He's making the most of it right now.
Working from the shotgun. White throws off to his left side. That pass complete again to Luke Terry. Back-to-back passes. He gains enough for the first down and once again dragged out of bounds, this time at the 25-yard line. As the Royals approach the red zone, I want to throw this out there. We have Josh Schuster chiming in from Washington. And I know he's from Washington because I was talking to Coach about who this young man is. And it's Coach Schuster's little brother, Josh. And I want to give Josh a special prop here in just a moment as we're going 1st and 10 for the Royals here at 25-yard line. And we have laundry on the field. But I want to give some props to Petty Officer First Class Josh Schuster, enlisted in the Navy
I mean, yeah,
up in Washington.
I've never met him, but I can tell you that you say he's his little brother. I don't believe that there's any little people in Schuster's family.
Yeah.
The man himself is large enough that I believe those are some pretty strong genes there. I don't think there's a little brother in that entire grouping.
And then Chase Jones watching from Pennsylvania. Everett Washington in the house with Petty Officer First Class Schuster. Appreciate him tuning in every week. And handoff up the middle for a short gain. And George Kardashian
He's brought down by Ethan Hunt.
Gains 1 yard.
Yeah, George Kardashian picking up a lot of what they just lost on that penalty, and that's been one of the small knocks you can have on this offense is they get a lot of procedural penalties, and that backs them up and makes these gains harder to do. And you say, well, that's not really an issue right now. They're gaining yardage like it's nothing. We got to look forward to playoffs. You got to look forward to the tough tests ahead. Those yards aren't going to be as easy going forward.
Working from the shotgun, trips to his right, throws to his left, and David Andrade just a step ahead and was unable to turn back in time to make that catch.
Yeah, it looked like it was a hook route of some variety, and that's one of those where if you make the step inside with your left foot versus inside versus your right foot, you can either make your quarterback look like a genius or look like he's a little off target, and looked a little off target there. I'm not sure if that was the correct route or what happened, but it's definitely a timing route that's some sort of comeback.
And timeout taken by Mission College Prep. So we're going to join them in the timeout. This is Mission Prep Football presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
High school football fans, we know the weekend starts under the Friday night lights, and at Laguna Grill, we've got you covered on college football Saturdays and NFL Sundays this fall. Come by and enjoy a savory burger with our made-in-house patties, some awesome appetizers, and a cold one. While watching your favorite games, Laguna Grill, a proud sponsor of Mission Prep Football on PSN-TV.
Hyundai San Luis Obispo is proud to support Mission Prep Football this fall at 1407 Auto Park Way in San Luis Obispo. Come check out our Hyundai Getaway Sales event. With new inventory arriving daily, you won't want to miss out on what's going on at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. And if you don't feel like coming in, we make it easy with the option to shop from home. For more information, visit HyundaiSlow.com. Mission Prep Football is driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
Welcome back to Mission Prep Football. We're in the middle of the second quarter, 5:10 to go till halftime. And the moisture is starting to drip from the skies, from the heavens, as the Royals look for the red zone, look for the end zone. White working from the shotgun position, looking for some offender, a wide open receiver, unable to do so. Tyler Garrett drops that pass as pressure comes up.
Well, Colton Sabora had something to say about that, dove in at the last second and got a hand on that ball, so it deflected on its way in. And you talk about guys that are going both ways. That's exactly what big number 7's done for Templeton. Colton making a big play there on defense after making a few big plays on offense. Is the marine layer thickening up here? This isn't like a full rain, but we definitely got a bit of a thick marine layer coming in.
A thick marine layer here. Jack Susank on the field to kick a field goal left to right. Ball spotted at the 32-yard line, making it a 42-yard attempt.
And the kick goes short.
And it comes up short. That would have been his longest attempt of the longest make of the year, but he comes up short on the attempt. A 42-yard attempt, 5:02 on the clock. Royals still up 21-0. Nothing to be alarmed about. A solid kick, had the target, just coming up short on the distance. And maybe it was just the weight of the water as the ball traveled through the air. There was enough moisture gained to slow it down enough to drop it.
Well, that's the beauty and the issue with being this close to Cerro San Luis Obispo. This is where a lot of water will condense on this side of downtown. Blown straight off the ocean, it'll then condense on those mountains and generate into a thicker marine layer than normal.
As the water dances through the sky, Chavez hands it off to Colton Sabora, and Sabora runs out to the right side, gains up a couple yards. It's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Eagles. The Eagles are in a spot here. If they can get on the board now, they will get the ball back in the second quarter, or in the second half to start it. So, they would only be down by 2 scores getting the ball back to start the second half with 4:32 on the clock right now. But they got a long ways to go against this defense that's allowed less than 7 points a game in all but one contest all year long. 7 or less. As the Eagles hand it off once again, and going nowhere is Ramey.
Yeah, it looks like one of the offensive linemen for the Eagles is going to be down. That looks like Asa Marquardt, who's kind of a do-all for the Eagles. He's, in fact, even had some run plays designed for him. So slow to get up, but he does get up after holding his leg for a second.
Always good to see a big man get off the turf under his own power. You never want to see the training staff come out to rescue anybody from the field as Chavez works under center. It is now 3rd and 2, a short distance, and they're trying to get it, but the defense stuffs them at the line. Butler in on that stop as Ramey once again carrying the ball for the Eagles. And that brings up a 4th down, and it looks like the punt unit's about to return for the Eagles. Michael Gillis out to punt this one away again.
Well, and right now you're looking with 3:36 left. How happily Mission just went to their 10 personnel hurry-up offense without a clock pressure. I expect them to go right back into that when they get this ball back here.
Howard back to receive, standing at the 42-yard line of the Royals. The punt is off. This is a good punt from Gillis as Howard lets it roll away. And it's down just inside the 40. And Ethan Hunt making the down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Royals with 3:21 remaining here in the first half. And at this point, I think it's just Schuster playing clock games.
I mean, a little bit. You're always playing a clock game when you get up big, especially early. But really this situation is you got to keep scoring. You can't just sit on your heels and watch a lead go away. I've seen a 21-point lead evaporate in less than 2 minutes. So the goal for the Royals should still be to play their game. They can't get too cute here and try out all sorts of stuff. That's going to bring Templeton back into this. Talked about the veterancy of Don Crow and what a great coaching staff he has. They're not going to sit back. They're going to keep playing.
White under center, rolls out to his right side. Pass complete to Larrera. Larrera delivers the shoulder hit, still on his feet, and he steps out of bounds after delivering the big hit, and that's a first down, Royals.
You know, it can be tough to tell twins apart sometimes, and with the Larrera twins, it's been the situation where it's easy because they're wearing numbers, but it can be hard if you just look at their style of play. Hard-nosed, willing to do the work that you need to do to move the football or stop the football. These two players have done a fantastic job on both sides of the ball, and we see it here. David Larrera getting big hits on defense, and there Mario Larrera delivering the big hits on offense.
White, J.J. Howard, the receiver on the near side. White under center. And White's going to throw this ball. And Larrera once again pulls it in. And he's down inside the red zone at the 16-yard line. That's another first down for the Royals through the air in this quick drive.
Yeah, Parker getting the tackle there, and he kind of just braced himself for that hit. That's the wrong idea. You can't brace yourself for a hit if you're a defender. You got to get your momentum going in your favor, because otherwise you're just going to get laid into, like Mario Larrera laid into him there.
Royals with the ball, 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. White under center, Jack Susink in the backfield, Jacob Howard in there with him. And White loses his footing, but quickly does recover and is met in the backfield by Johnny Pashon, who was there to stick him at the ground at the 25.
And Johnny Pashon just does a good job containing White, making sure he can't roll all the way out. That's what causes White to lose his footing. When he had to readjust with Pashon pressing, Pashon just finishes out strong, gets the sack. That's exactly what you want to see as a defender, especially on this soggy playing surface that on the best of days, it's a little bit soft.
2nd and 10 for the Royals. 2nd and 20, for the Royals. Back at the 25-yard line. A big distance to go for the first down for a touchdown. White looking to throw. Corner end zone, left side. Pass complete. Touchdown, Royals. Grant Callahan pulling that touchdown pass in. And that makes the score 27-0, awaiting the extra point.
How many different wide receivers do the Royals have where they can just sit back and say, hey, you know what? We're going to heave this thing up there, and we know our wide receivers are going to get it because they got hops, they got height, they got everything they need. Here we see Callahan going up, getting that ball, and pulling it back down to earth for the touchdown.
And that Jack Susink on for the extra point. That touchdown and every Mission Prep touchdown presented by KD Capital Mortgage. Give them a call, 805-226-5550. And that one's off the roof. And that makes it good. Following a 30-yard touchdown pass from White to Callahan. And there ain't been no short yardage touchdowns today for the Royals. That was the shortest touchdown of the game.
I mean, the offense is definitely starting to slow down a little bit. There's not that same pop that you saw when it's one play, 61 yards. But they're still finding ways to make the big plays happen. I mean, they've scored on every drive, or at least had an opportunity to score on every drive, one of those being a long field goal attempt. But they're moving the ball quite well, as expected for this team that is expected to be the Ocean League champions. They're certainly playing like it tonight.
1st and 10. First and 10. I'm so used to saying that tonight. I've been saying it so much because both teams have been doing good jobs getting first downs. Just one team's been doing struggling to capitalize once they get it. And we know that's the Templeton Eagles tonight. Don Crow is going to go into the locker room at half, and he's going to re-strategize with his team. And we're going to see a different team in the second half, I'm sure of it. As Jack Susink ready to kick this one off. 2 back to receive for the Eagles. And this kickoff is deep. Susink looking to get it through the uprights. Comes up short. And it's going to be returned as Pascal Isaiah Pascal is pulled down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, and with authority by Tyler Garrett, I mean, every member of this Royals team is finishing their tackles. That's just discipline. That's just hard-nosed football. That's what Coach Schuster brings to the table when you talk about what you're going to get out of a Royals team. And there, Tyler Garrett delivering the big hit, just like the defense has been delivering them. I think that halftime can't come soon enough for this Eagles team that could use a little bit of a rest.
Chavez there at quarterback.
Chavez under center at quarterback. A group of receivers behind him. He's going to throw this one. That one is batted. And I couldn't believe it that Drew Harrigan was almost ready to pull that batted ball back down. He was looking for it like he was catching a pop fly.
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of blitzes or anything like that, but here Drew Harrigan's coming off the edge and gets his hand on the ball. Just lost track of it after he knocked it. He knew he got enough of it to send it backwards, just couldn't find where backwards was.
He was looking for it like a catcher trying to catch that foul tip that's high in the sky, but lost it in the sun. He might have lost that one in the stadium lighting.
There was a flag, but it was waved off.
2nd and 10 for the Eagles. A handoff to the far side, and going nowhere quickly is Sabora.
Oh, there's Mario Loera again getting into the backfield. Because Loera has been in trouble all night for Templeton, really showing off here on defense where when the ball's going backwards, you can probably guess the last name of the person doing it. Between David and Mario, they've looked fantastic.
3rd down and 13 for the Eagles. They are pushed back up against their own goal line. Chavez looking for a deep pass, trying to open some space up. Overthrows his receiver as the receiver loses a couple steps on the chase.
Yeah, it looked like Kalagna there, wide open on the right side, just couldn't find the ball. And I think that's kind of what led up his stride a little bit because it's a perfectly drawn up play, perfectly delivered ball, just wide receiver lost track of where he needed to be.
4th and 14 on the scoreboard. 4th and a long 13. Here's the punt unit. The punt is off. Howard's going to let this one bounce away, and they're going to get the ball on the Eagles side of the 50, spotted at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Royals with 50.3 seconds. We got to see them run at least one play here.
Yeah, I expect it to be a run because there's no real reason for Mission Prep to be risking the ball, airing it out with some sort of long pass. Templeton could get under that, run it back for a pick six. That's going to completely change the nature of the game. I think the Royals got to look right now that they're happy where they're at. They're happy with what the score is. Just run the ball, get to the locker room, and be happy standing pat.
Ball officially spotted at the 33, 1st and 10 for the Royals. Moving left to right, wide under center. Spins around, fakes the handoff, deep pass. Andrade almost pulls it in, just through his fingertips. David Andrade almost pulls it in the press box, Mr. David Andrade Sr. showing a little bit of jitter frustration there, wishing his son would have pulled that one in tough.
Well, you might see a little bit of extra shine on the helmets, extra gloss on the shoulder pads. That moisture makes a bigger difference on the gloves than it does on any other piece of equipment. You have a silicone coating on the inside of that glove that actually becomes more slick than not wearing gloves at all when this rain and moisture starts becoming part of a factor. Something we had to keep a close eye on as equipment manager at Fresno State.
J.J. Howard, the near receiver. 2 receivers to the near side for White. 2 backs in the backfield. Fakes the handoff to Harrigan. Plenty of time in the backfield. J.J. White pulls this one up at the 31-yard line. And that's going to move the sticks for the Royals with 34.7 seconds on the clock.
Well, a little bit of a 58-second drill going on here for the Royals. Trying to get out, using all that time stoppage that moving the chain gets you, but they're going to be hurrying up to the line.
They still have one timeout left. As White going to throw this one once again, looking for the receiver corner pass. And broken up in coverage. Howard, the intended target. And that incomplete pass stops the clock at 16-5 and brings up 2nd and 10 for the Royals. As Schuster still has one timeout. He's talking it over with Eric Terry on the sideline with Colby White. As Luke Terry goes in.
Yeah, one adjustment I'd be making right now if I was the Royals, I'd be taking the gloves off all these wide receivers. That's another one where you could see where Howard squeezed the ball and it shot out from under him. That's where he's expecting that traction from the gloves to help him out, and it betrayed him, leading to a drop in the end zone.
Terry, the near receiver. 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to his left for White. White looking to the left. Tyler Garrett pulls that one in, and he finds the sideline as he goes out of bounds. 11.2 seconds, stops the clock as he slides out of bounds there, thanks to the defensive pressure.
Yeah, really well-delivered ball on that out route. I'm really happy with Colby White's ability to throw those standard routes. That 5-yard, 10-yard out route is really what college teams are all about these days. You can watch it on Saturdays. No matter what team you're watching, it's part of the modern offense. That square out 5 to 10 yards, depending on the wide receiver and the situation. And right now, Colby White's delivering it perfectly.
Back to the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. White looking over the middle, and Tyler Garrett just can't pull that one in, following contact from Colton Sabara.
Well, I tell you what Colby White did find, though, is he found that space right between the 2 high safety look. That's where you want to be as a wide receiver, running that type of post route where you're just trying to get to the center of the area before the defenders get to you. He's, in fact, kind of shortened his strides a little bit to make sure he was in that hole of the zone. Let Colby White deliver a ball, just couldn't finish out that play. These close calls are frustrating, but there's more going right than there is going wrong.
7.3 seconds till the break. 28-0, the Royals lead. White working from the shotgun, split receivers. Corner pass. Tyler Garrett pulls this one in, and it's a touchdown, Royals. 20-yard touchdown pass, and that touchdown, every Mission Prep touchdown, brought to you by KD Capital Mortgage.
And we saw them take a look at this a few times. It's just off the hands, through the hands, whatever it's going to happen. That right corner, Colby White was delivering some fantastic balls, and through no fault of the wide receivers, they are falling incomplete. Not that time, though. Big touchdown on the corner route.
0.005, right? 0.5 of a second left on the clock, and that one's in the top deck there. 20-yard pass.
Yeah, 0 is on the clock except for one little 5 after the decimal point.
So we're going to get a kickoff here if they choose to return it.
Well, I mean, by rule, you got to kick it off. It's probably just going to be a squib kick up the middle. As soon as it's touched, the clock's pretty much going to be done. So for Templeton, they're looking for maybe a quick spark up the middle, get a little bit of a momentum going. For Mission Prep, just looking to prevent any damage. You know, I was wrong when I said, hey, be happy where you're at and go to the locker room. Well, now you got no problems. You're even better, even happier where you're at, and still going back to the locker room pretty soon here.
Jack Susenk will be kicking off from the Mission Prep 40-yard line. As the white hat, Mike Ostini, blowing his whistle saying, let's go, guys. I want to go take a break. It's getting cold out here.
To return for the Eagles, Jack Susenk to kick for the Royals.
Isaiah Pascal and Daxton Kalungna. And that squib kick is what you called. Falls on it. That's the half. At the break, your Mission Prep Royals lead 28-0 over the Templeton Eagles. We'll be back. Lead 35-0. Trying to get that mouse to settle down in the. Okay, here we go. There we go. At the break, 35-0 is our score. We'll be back with some first half highlights and breakdowns, and we'll be right back. This is Mission Prep Football, presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
At KD Capital Mortgage, we know that your home is much more than 4 walls and a roof. Your home is where dreams are born and memories are made. That's why whether you're looking to refinance your current home, purchasing your dream home, or buying an investment property, our goal is to help you take advantage of today's historically low rates and make sure you find the right loan to match your specific needs. So whatever your mortgage needs may be, the perfect loan is waiting for you, and KD Capital is here to help. Please give us a call at 805-226-5550, a proud partner of the Mission Prep Royals.
At Mama Leah's Pizzeria, we provide fresh ingredients, handmade pizza, wings, local beverages, and more. We're a family-owned, locally ran, family-friendly pizzeria serving fresh, hot pizza for our customers. Conveniently located off of Los Osos Valley Road, we're open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call in an order at 805-439-1306 or visit us online at mamaleahsslow.com. Stay tuned after the game for our Mama Leah's Pizzeria Player of the Game.
Old San Luis Barbecue, a proud supporter of Mission Prep Royals football in the 2021 season. Established in 2010, they are Slow County's best Santa Maria-style barbecue. Couple of locations to choose from in San Luis Obispo, one on Higuera, one on Broad. They're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Fridays and Saturdays even later, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., a great spot to stop by after Mission Prep's next win.
What's most important to you? At Mike Smith State Farm, giving you the right insurance advice to protect the life you're living and the people you love is the highest priority. Located on the corner of Johnson Avenue and San Luis Drive by French Hospital, right here in SLO, our licensed and knowledgeable agents are ready to take your call and put an insurance package together that fits your individual needs. Give them a call at 805-546-8393, representing a company large enough to have your back, but an office small enough to care. Go Royals!
Hi, this is David Idell from Sunset Honda. We make car buying easy.
Like 0% financing or Sunset Honda's transparent lease, where there's zero due from you when you lease any new Honda.
Looking to cash in on your vehicle? Sunset Honda makes that easy too by offering $1,000 over Kelley Blue Book on your trade-in. Have another offer? Bring it. Worried about new car inventory? Don't be. Sunset Honda is packed with the vehicles you're looking for, and if you're thinking pre-owned, we have every option from Honda Certified to our value lot filled with vehicles under $10,000.
Plus, Sunset Honda is offering our essential workers a $500 discount voucher on any pre-owned vehicle. No wonder Sunset Honda has been voted the best new car dealer in SLO County 7 years in a row.
And that's the Sunset Honda experience, where we make car buying easy. Get started today at sunsethonda.com.
0% for up to 48 months on 2021 HRV and Pilot models. 0% for up to 36 months on 2021 Odyssey and Passport models. For well-qualified buyers, Tier 1 through 3 through American Honda Finance. Essential worker discount on pre-owned vehicles only and can't be combined with other programs like Costco. Offers valid through 7/6/21. See dealer for details.
High school football fans, we know the weekend starts under the Friday night lights, and at Laguna Grill, we've got you covered on college football Saturdays and NFL Sundays this fall. Come by and enjoy a savory burger with our made-in-house patties, some awesome appetizers, and a cold one. While watching your favorite games, Laguna Grill, a proud sponsor of Mission Prep Football on PSN-TV.
Hi, this is David Idell from Sunset Honda. We make car buying easy.
Like 0% financing or Sunset Honda's transparent lease, where there's zero due from you when you lease any new Honda.
Looking to cash in on your vehicle? Sunset Honda makes that easy too by offering $1,000 over Kelley Blue Book on your trade-in. Have another offer? Bring it. Worried about new car inventory? Don't be. Sunset Honda is packed with the vehicles you're looking for, and if you're thinking pre-owned, we have every option from Honda Certified to our value lot filled with vehicles under $10,000.
Plus, Sunset Honda is offering our essential workers a $500.
Hey Zach, I'm having a get-together this weekend. Do you know where I might be able to find some of the best USDA choice and prime meats on the Central Coast?
Have you tried California Fresh Market?
Yeah, but I also need to go somewhere with organic produce.
California Fresh Market has that too.
Okay. What are you going to tell me next? That they have a sushi bar, fresh salad bar, and full-service bakery?
Look, I have a feeling we're going to be here for a while. Check out California Fresh Market in Pismo Beach and San Luis Obispo. They have you covered. A proud partner of Mission Prep Football.
Mission College Prep creates a culture of care and accountability in partnership with families to form women and men of scholarship, inspiration, and leadership in service to deeper life with God and deeper life with one another. Open enrollment begins September 1st. Apply online at missionprep.org by clicking the Apply Now tab. 99% of MCP seniors go directly to college. It's the only high school on the Central Coast to host SAT and ACT tests last year, with SAT, ACT, and AP scores exceeding state and national averages. 19 varsity sports, including esports. Come and experience the Mission College Prep difference by emailing enrollment at missionprep.org for more information. What's most important to you? At Mike Smith State Farm, giving you the right insurance advice to protect the life you're living and the people you love is the highest priority. Located on the corner of Johnson Avenue and San Luis Drive by French Hospital, right here in SLO, our licensed and knowledgeable agents are ready to take your call and put an insurance package together that fits your individual needs. Give them a call at 805-546-8393, representing a company large enough to have your back, but an office small enough to care. Go Royals!
Located in the Laguna Village Shopping Center, Grocery Outlet is proud to support Mission Prep Football for the 2021 season. At Grocery Outlet, you'll find name brand groceries and farm fresh organic produce for 40 to 70% less than conventional grocery stores. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. We hope to see you soon at Grocery Outlet, a proud supporter of the Mission Prep Royals.
High school football fans, we know the weekend starts under the Friday night lights, and at Laguna Grill, we've got you covered on college football Saturdays and NFL Sundays this fall. Come by and enjoy a savory burger with our made-in-house patties, some awesome appetizers, and a cold one. While watching your favorite games, Laguna Grill, a proud sponsor of Mission Prep Football on PSN-TV.
Welcome back to Mission Prep Football, presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. I have gone to the closet and put the jacket on because this moisture, even though it is not cold, the moisture coming down, once it chills on your body, it gets a little nippy.
So let me understand. Let me run that back.
Yeah,
moisture is wet.
Yes, moisture is wet.
Moisture is wet.
Moisture is
Crazy
wet.
Concept.
I'm not a weather forecaster. I am a sports broadcaster. So,
I mean, you just got to get on the all-weather life. You know, that's where I'm at. You know, just if it's above 32 and below 100, I'm usually pretty happy. And it's not freezing. Nowhere near.
If I could wear shorts and a T-shirt at all times, I am very comfortably happy.
You could.
And I don't mean 100-degree weather. I mean shorts and a T-shirt, and I don't have to sweat. And I mean, I don't want to.
I mean, you could wear shorts and a T-shirt right now. It's fine. It's just a little.
I am
cool.
wearing shorts and almost a T-shirt.
I know.
I left the T-shirt at home.
Put the jacket on.
I went with the collared shirt because we are broadcasting.
Yeah.
I almost wore the T-shirt. Last time I wore a T-shirt to the game, I forgot to change over to the collared shirt. So I realized I should never do that again. So we are at the break here. Mission Prep. Huge halftime lead, 35-0. It is going to be a very quick second half, in my opinion, unless Templeton starts throwing the ball a lot more, which I think we've seen the maximum number of attempts they usually go for in a game. 7-10.
Montfrere, I've done enough of these to know you never say those words. I do not believe that there's anything that's keeping Templeton from making this either a very long game, very interesting game, or any of the things that the Royals faithful would not want to see. Templeton has been slow for certain, but they're going to have the benefit of not coming out to a Royals team that's going to immediately throw a touchdown. They're going to have the ball to start. They're going to be able to control their own narrative a little bit to start this second half. Well, you talk about how this game started for Templeton. It's about as bad as it could have gone. You kick it off. J.J. Howard gets a 61-yard touchdown.
Yes.
You get the ball. You get a long run, get close to scoring position, and then a strip six the other way. And you're talking
60-yard strip six.
97 seconds into the game, you're down 14 suddenly. They're going to have the great benefit that isn't what's going to be happening if they're able to control this ball.
97 seconds into the game, you're down 14-0. And then at the 3:30, if my notes are right, 3:35 mark in the first quarter, Jack Susank breaks off a 50-yard run, making it 21-0 in the first quarter. And then we went over a quarter in time, 12 minutes, over 12 minutes to give you a better perspective. And then White comes alive with the throwing arm late in the second half. A 30-yard touchdown pass to Callahan. And a lot of these catches would have been caught if it weren't for the moisture in the air, making the ball damp, making the gloves damp, making the ground damp. Everything, gets wet when the moisture's in the air. Did you know that, Stephen?
I do know it gets that way. And I've been on this field when there's been some moisture. And I tell you what, the most concerned team about this moisture may not even be either one's on the field. It might be Slow High, who's going to have to come and play on this field next week, because this field retains moisture like you wouldn't believe. And we're going to have about an inch of rain over the weekend. And being this close to Cerro San Luis Obispo, when the sun's out and we can see it, it's beautifully draped in the background. All of that water comes right here. And you don't have the Royals' nice throne room. You have the Royals' swamp.
Okay.
And that's going to be what we could be looking at next week for a sloppy affair.
Okay, we're talking royalty. It's not a swamp. It's a moat.
Oh, okay. Yes, the moat in front of the castle. That makes a lot more sense when you put it like that.
Yes, come on. We're talking royalty.
I tell you what, I
St. Lompoc.
Lompo's not artificial turf now.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Cabrillo.
Because they don't playing on Lompoc's field.
Well, they have the home turf.
Yeah.
Which is
they got
full of
practice
gophers.
Field. Yeah. And the gophers are a nice touch, No,
I'm not. No offense. I know Lompoc and Cabrillo have a great stadium to play at, Halk Stadium. Beautiful venue. We broadcasted the FCA All-Star game this year from there. And it's a beautiful venue. They've done a great job renovating a lot of parts of that. So props to the schools. Fields in general, when they're grass, get a little rough. We understand. We're not trying to bag on anybody. We're just making conversation. But
well, speaking about bags, you can see where the bags would be for softball season, and at halftime we just missed it. The D4 CIF Championship softball team receiving their patches at halftime recognition. Another thing we want to recognize, girls golf here at Mission College Prep just won their first league title in school history.
Yeah.
So a lot of great sports being played here in Mission Prep on their way. I believe it's going to be the first Ocean League victory because they were in the Northern League before this.
The first Ocean League
it should be their
title if they get
first
there.
Ocean League title if they get there.
Don't jinx them yet.
I'm not the one that was doing the announcers jinx earlier, saying things are going to be quick here.
Hey,
we're doing the jinxing. I'm
trying to make it a fun game. I'm trying to make it a fun game by throwing that jinx out there, by saying it's quick.
I won't be here next week. I can jinx whatever I want, and I'm a Slow High alum. I'm going to win either way.
Wow, Coach Schuster.
You can complain to him. I wore black and gold to this Steven's
not coming back for the postseason. He has officially been banned from the booth. We're talking about Slow needs to be worried about this. Mission Prep needs to be worried about that. The Eagles need to be worried about such and such. This is what I'm worried about. This moisture in the air. And we have the rinky-dink ladder. It's actually not that rinky-dink. It's pretty solid because it holds me. And I'm a big boy.
You are.
But that ladder is made of steel with very little grip.
It's got grip. It's got corrugated spots on it.
Okay, I wore the wrong shoes
That
don't have grip. So
this is very much a you problem in this
yes, it is. But I am dreading the ladder. I'm about ready to call Tacoma FD out here and get them to bring one of their bounce pads to show on TV.
TV. Can't even
Yeah.
drop the channel. All right. I don't
know what channel it's on because
TV.
I actually watch it on HBO Max because it's from two of the guys from Broken Lizard, Steve Leamy and Kevin Heffernan. I think it's on True TV or one of those TV channels.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get more true than True TV. So as we interrupt, you might be looking at the clock right now, hearing that buzzer go off and say, oh, where are the teams? Well, you still got 3 minutes after that halftime where they have a mandatory stretch period. So we'll be hanging out just a little bit longer doing that.
And we are hanging out. As you can see, the moisture building on the front of the lens.
Yeah, we're moving Thomas back into position. To
So
make
we
sure
will
that
take care of that as we adjust the moisture on the lens. We're going to take a quick commercial break so you don't see the paper towels. We'll be right back. This is Mission Prep Football presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
Hey, Zach, I'm having a get-together this weekend. Do
You want
you
that back
know
on the
where I might be able to find some of the best USDA choice and prime meats on the Central Coast?
Have you tried California Fresh Market?
Yeah, but I also need to go somewhere with organic produce.
California Fresh Market has that too.
Okay. What are you going to tell me next? That they have a sushi bar, fresh salad bar, and full-service bakery?
Look, I have a feeling we're going to be here for a while. Check out California Fresh Market in Pismo Beach and San Luis Obispo. They have you covered. A proud partner of Mission Prep Football.
Located in the Laguna Village Shopping Center, Grocery Outlet is proud to support Mission Prep Football for the 2021 season. At Grocery Outlet, you'll find name brand groceries and farm fresh organic produce for 40 to 70% less than conventional grocery stores. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. We hope to see you soon at Grocery Outlet, a proud supporter of the Mission Prep Royals.
And welcome back to Mission College Prep, the friendly confines of the Royals. I'm Brian Stanley. Joining me is Stephen Hodges, our cameraman Thomas Bowden. Our executive producer was floating around here today in his leisure wear Cal Poly gear, looking very fly, like he was going to, I think the only thing he needed to complete that ensemble, being Chris Sylvester, that is a gold chain.
Yeah, there's no way he hung around. That sweatsuit was not designed for the wet, and
No.
he is not an all-weather model, as we were just talking about.
No.
He will be enjoying the confines of Spanos tomorrow night, where we'll be broadcasting the Polly Davis Golden Horseshoe game for ESPN Plus. If you want to listen on ESPN Standard, like what you're hearing, that's where I'll be doing color analyst with Zach Anderson Yoxheimer on play-by-play for Polly tomorrow night.
Plus. And we are about to get underway. 5 seconds remaining in this halftime. I've already updated the scoreboard. Our score 35-0. Following 3 touchdown passes from Colby White. I think he's setting himself up nicely for the first repeat in the Mama Leah's Pizzeria Player of the Game.
Yeah, we'll see. I still think it's got to be someone on the defense from my point of view.
Hey,
Look at what's
you're
been going
a
on.
defensive guy. You love the defense.
Well,
I'm all
look,
about the glitz and the glamour of the offense. You're all about the tough ruggedness of the defense, and that's why we make a great team, because when we put our minds together, we make a good football team.
The defense has not allowed anything as far as yards go in a major way. Won't say anything about the scoreboard, but they've put up more points than they've allowed so far in this game, getting that strip 6. So the defense is still where my mind is at. I like what I've been seeing with them, and they're going to be tested mightily here as Templeton's going to look to come out throwing haymakers to start the second half.
And if we were going to nominate a defensive player, I'm going to throw out David Lorera as a possibility for the Mama Leah's Pizzeria Player of the Game. Also, Jack Susink is a candidate in that running as well with 2 touchdowns. So we have 3 solid candidates right now, and we're open to more. So let's see what they can do as Jack Susink kicks off left to right, that is. And that one's going to go into the end zone and be a touchback. 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the 20-yard line. And we are still rolling. We do appreciate the love on the chat. That is the most love I've seen on the chat, most chat interaction I've seen all season long from our viewership. Let us know where you're from if you're out there. We've had people listen in from Bass Lake, from way out in Pennsylvania, up in Washington, Fresno. It goes on and on. I'm looking for that Canadian listenership right now. I love me some Canada friends.
Got pretty close a couple weeks ago in Bozeman, but didn't cross the border.
Bo Swan under center. Wide Ramey in the backfield.
And
With Colton Sabora.
handoff
Sabora with the kick.
to Sabora. He's out to his right side, takes a solid hit,
Jacob Butler.
and Butler puts him to the ground.
Help from Caden Elmer.
And we have a new quarterback in, Bo Swan.
Gain of 1 on the play.
Bo Swan started out.
Yeah, so, another quarterback change. Bo Swan coming back in. Thank you, Stephen, for correcting me there.
Absolutely.
We want to deliver all the proper information. 11:34 on the clock. 3rd quarter. Swan hands it off up the middle. And Ramey going nowhere fast. And that brings up a 3rd down for the Eagles here. And when you're trying to get across the 50 and score some points, you're in a bad spot right now.
Yeah, and right now what they're going to be looking at is, hey, we're going to have to throw the ball in these conditions. You might be able to see it on the screen, a little bit cloudy. That ball's going to be going through some moisture as it goes, so going to fly a little bit funnier than typical. Question is going to be, can you adapt? They're the conditions. You got to adapt to them.
Hands off to Pasquale.
Pasquale tangled up in the backfield, and he's pulled down at the 20, so it's now 4th and 10. So that punt unit's going to come out, and we're going to see Michael Gillis once again. Quite a few punts for him tonight.
Well, and another tackle for loss, and again it's Luera in the backfield doing it. This time it's Mario. Once again, Mario and David making their presence known on this defense quite solidly, and a defense doing everything that you can ask from a defense.
J.J. Howard back to receive at the 44-yard line, and this punt's not going to reach him as it takes a Mission Prep bounce at the 35-yard line and is down. And that is a net punt of 13 yards.
Yeah, not a great punt, and really just caught this breeze blowing in off the ocean as it caught any altitude. It's starting to get more and more windy, more and more moisture coming in. But generally speaking, it's just a tough place to play right now.
As I mentioned, the fire department might need to help get me down from this press box.
Right. That's the only ladder truck in town there, Brian.
The San Luis Obispo Fire Department rolls by, gives us a honk. We do appreciate their service to the community. And White under center sends a man in motion. George Kardashian is that man, and it takes the handoff. Breaks one Kardashian, breaks 2 tackles, and he's in for the touchdown. And what a touchdown run for Kardashian. That is a 33-yard score to get the Royals back on the board here in the 4th quarter. And that is a 41-0 ball game, and I believe by the power of points, we go to a running clock soon.
No, I think it requires a good PAT first, but let's just talk about what we saw from the Royals. A triple option set, the double flanker set by the Royals, gets the ball out to George Kardashian. I don't want to be a team having to defend the triple option set from the Royals, as they have so many running backs and so many different options. That is just a thing of beauty, perfectly executed by the Royals. George Kardashian doing what he's been doing all night, putting out a huge effort.
And that touchdown and every Mission Prep touchdown brought to you by KD Capital Mortgage. Visit them at 1305 Vine Street in Paso Robles, or give them a call at 805-226-5550 for all your mortgage needs. And 42-0 is our score here in the 3rd quarter. And we await the kickoff from Jack Susink. At what point does Coach maybe go to another kicker and just say, hey, you know what? Let's have some fun here.
I mean, Jack Susank's trying to show off his leg for the next level. I mean, that's one of the aspects that he brings to the table. No one across anything out. So when you got a good kicker, someone that can put it into the end zone time and time again, why not just keep using him? As Jack has shown that he's both capable and has the endurance. This is by far not the most points that the Royals have put on this season.
Back to receive this one for the Eagles, Isaiah Pascal and Dexton Cogna. And Jack Susain getting ready to put this one, boot this one away. Left, right, 9:22 on the clock. 42-point lead for the Royals. And Pascal is going to botch this one, but they're going to let him call it down in the end zone. 1st and 10 from the 20 following the touchback. A good place to drop it if you're going to drop it is in the end zone.
Unfortunately for Templeton right now, this second half has continued as the first half started. Just ended up stalling out on that first drive, gave the ball back in a long drive with George Kardashian running it to the end zone. So like to see what they kind of do here, try and mix it up, because trying to go between tackles didn't quite work. They tried the sweep plays, wasn't quite there. They don't really want to throw right now, so a lot of options off the table for the Eagles.
9:20, Eagles starting 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. And that handoff goes nowhere as Ryan Ardette and David Luera make that tackle. Ryan Ardette.
David Luera getting another tackle for loss. He'll split this one with Ardette. And again, ball is going backwards. Who's behind it? The Lueras. David getting back in the backfield, making contact along with Ardette. Stalls it out before the play ever had a chance to get going.
2nd and 12. Clock running. Fumble in the backfield. And able to fall on it is Bo Swan, which just shows the ball is getting slippery here.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons that people kind of drifted away from the Silver Tee is when you're starting to do all this ball switching between the hands, fake the handoff here, you fake the pitch there, and you get any sort of slippery ball or just a quarterback with small hands, ball can fall out very easily and backfire spectacularly, and that's very hard to pick up those yards when you're running an offense that's designed to pick up 4 yards of play consistently.
Ball spotted inside the 15-yard line at the 11, and he's pushing forward for the Royals is Ramey, and he gets him back inside the sticks for a 4th down and 9. So good 10-yard pickup there, but how you just can't continue to go backwards and then punt. Go backwards and punt, Steven.
Well, I mean, that's at least a dive between the tackles. I think that's kind of them looking and recognizing that, hey, you know, this is going to be what it is. But, yeah, you can't go backwards with that offense whatsoever, and there's been too much of a push from the Royals to stop anything.
And Michael Gillis's punt goes across the 50 and down by Lane Miller at the 45-yard line of the Royals.
Well, and the Royals once again are going to have a long field. I see we got a rolling clock going right now, so it may have been that signal between the coaches that, yeah, we're just going to run this one out. As the Royals just going to look to get this score up, try and keep themselves in a good position for playoffs and get through this drive. I mean, we're back into a triple option set for the Royals, so they're definitely trying out some stuff that we haven't seen before.
White takes the quick handoff, hands it off to the big man out of the backfield. And Mario Lorera.
Isaac Townsend.
Excuse me, Isaac Townsend.
Isaac Townsend going from the fullback position, just that quick dive between the guards and pushing forward. That's what you like to see from the big guy is, hey, you know what? You may not be the fastest one, but you're going to be the one that's going to guarantee us yards. Let's go get it, and that's what Isaac Townsend does. Pushes forward, gets a solid 5-yard gain. Again, just getting behind the big guys and pushing forward. It helps when you are a big guy.
6:07 on the clock. Clock is running. Tight formation for the Royals. Drew Harrigan in motion. The ball's dropped. Flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
And as they talk this one over, as Mike Ostini does deliver it, we normally do have 3 cameras set up showing you that call. But given the moisture in the air, we're trying to protect one camera in case we have failures in the equipment department. We can quickly pull a backup in.
Yeah, we want to make sure we've got enough equipment to make it through the playoff run that undoubtedly Mission's going to go on. This is going to be an uncommon team. The big question is going to be come playoff time, where are they going to end up seated? Who are they going to have to be on the road despite having a phenomenal record? Well, what are the situations? There are a lot of question marks as Central Section changed the way playoffs work, so we'll keep an eye on that as it goes forward.
Well, we want to make sure our depth chart's set up. Drew Harrigan prepared to take it. The handoff to Jack Susang. He cuts to his left, trying to break a tackle, and he's wrapped up after he gets the first down across the 50, across the 40. Taken down at the 38-yard line. Great carry by Jack Susang. 5-minute mark. And I want to bring up a moment. Here we go. Go check out Grocery Outlet San Luis Obispo. They're a proud sponsor of Mission Prep football this fall. You'll find name brand grocery items and farm fresh organic produce at 40 to 70% off the normal prices of supermarkets. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Grocery Outlet Bargain Market located at Laguna Village Shopping Center. 1st and 10 for the Royals from the 38-yard line of the Eagles. White still running the offense. Hands this one off to the big man, Isaac Townsend. And he bulldozes his way upfield for 6 yards.
Well, they've been mixing up Jack Susang in that position, Drew Harrigan out there on the pitch fake. And so it's really tough for a defense because you're going to sit there and say, all right, the way you defend the triple option, you prioritize one of the weapons and we try and get the weapon that is the least dangerous to end up with the ball. Well, all right, if Drew Harrigan's on the pitch, he's gotten a 41-yard touchdown run in the past. Or do we defend the guy doing the dive who's gotten a 95-yard touchdown run? Or are we going to try and prioritize the quarterback who can bomb the ball out as well as run it himself? This is a fantastic formation for the Royals. I expect to see them roll with it going into the end of the season here.
Continue to work under center. Same formation we've seen all night. Luke Terry in motion. Drew Harrigan takes the handoff. He cuts out to his left side, makes another cut. He has nothing but one man to beat, and he finds the end zone with the outreach of his hands. Ball in hand. Touchdown. Mission Prep Royals score now 48-0 as we approach the half-century mark.
And I tell you what, it's a just sign of how deep this Royals team is, how uncommon this team is, that you can look at a guy like Drew Harrigan and say, well, you know, we can't focus him because there's too many other weapons. Drew Harrigan can get it done at any point on the field. Here we see another 30-yard plus touchdown from the running back. You get him outside the tackles, he does damage. That's what he does. Everyone on this team is so capable and so strong and playing for each other. It's amazing. And that is another PAT. So another touchdown for the Royals. Going to move it up to 49-0. And these Royals are just getting it done in every phase of the game tonight.
49-0 is our score. And that touchdown and every Mission Prep touchdown is brought to you by KD Capital Mortgage. Appreciate them joining us as a sponsorship. And coming up right now is going to be the Mike Smith State Farm Kickoff. And Mike Smith, State Farm, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And Mike Smith State Farm Insurance, you can reach them at 805-546-8393 for your home, auto, property, business, life, health, pet insurance, all your insurance needs. Again, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. We appreciate Mike Smith State Farm. Appreciate all our sponsors. We got a whole list of them. Cali Fresh, Hyundai Slow, Katie Capital, Mama Leah's, Old Slow Barbecue, Sunset Honda, The Rock, Grocery Outlet, State Farm, Mike Smith State Farm, that is. Mission Prep Admissions getting involved, crossing the lines. And Laguna Grill, got a whole bunch. Here's the kickoff, left to right.
Kick is fielded by Kalagna.
And Kalagna returning this one.
He's taken down by Tyler Garrett.
And they're going to be short of the 20. 1st and 10 for the Eagles as the clock continues to roll here in the third quarter.
And for Templeton, this is one of those situations. You're playing for each other. You're playing to have some good feelings here on the night. You want to get this touchdown. I always hate the whole thing, oh, we're playing for pride. We want to show that we're – of course they should be proud. They're a fantastic team. They've played well throughout the year. They're 4-4 coming into this game. They've got a lot of things to be proud about. Making a touchdown won't make a difference. They just want to have a good time tonight and get a score here.
Ramey with the carry.
Ramey running it up the middle. And he gains a short yard. Pick up 3 yards. Good yardage. 3 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards. First down, 3 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards. First down. If they just keep chipping away here, they can get on the board.
Well, and that's what makes this offense work, right? The problem has been there hasn't been a consistent string of those 3 and 4 yard runs. There's been so much pushback on the front of this line. Talk about the Luer brothers, Audet, Butler. They've just been getting in the backfield and making them go backwards.
Ramey once again takes the handoff from Swan, and he's inching closer to the first down. That is a big 4 yard gain. He is a yard away, 3rd and 1 for the Eagles here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Connor Lopez with that tackle there. Getting this tackle before he gets to the 6 and bring up a 3rd down, and that's really where the Royals have been exemplary. They're not getting a lot of turnovers, but they are forcing a lot of punts, and that's been coming through situations like this, 3rds and shorts, 3rds and long.
A man in motion for the Royals is Swan rolls out, trying to keep it himself, and he is gobbled up. 2 on in on that tackle, Michael Hanchett, and Jacob Butler. Hanchett and Butler doing some dirty work together there at the 25 yard line. And that pushes them back. It's a bad, when I'd rather see a 4th and short than a 4th and 5.
It's going to be a 4th and decently short. I mean, if they keep up that momentum they had of picking up 3 and 4 yards, they'll get it here. Problem was that last play, the snap was fumbled at the beginning.
4th and 4 here for the Eagles. Swan hands it off once again, or keeps it. Pass in front of the backfield. The ball comes loose. And they're saying the Royals come up with the ball. Well, the Royals do come up with the ball, even though Sabora comes up with the fumble recovery. Sabora was the one that dropped that ball. It doesn't really matter. It was 4th down. Royals get the ball because the Eagles didn't get enough for the first.
Well, I'll give some shout out there to Gage Cheney forcing the fumble on the outside. Ended up not really making a difference. Could have taken him to the ground there and gotten the same spot, same situation. But getting into the backfield, containing the running back on the pitch, and just causing that fumble to happen. It's fantastic to see every aspect of this defense operating well, even deep into this game.
And that's the end of the third quarter.
Into the third quarter, the Royals lead 49-0 over the Eagles. We have 12 minutes to play and a running clock, so it should be an interesting fourth quarter as the Royals inch closer to the end zone, switching sides of the field. They'll be heading towards Napomo Street after the clock starts running again. And we'll take a quick break. This is Mission Prep Football, presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
Located in the Laguna Village Shopping Center, Grocery Outlet is proud to support Mission Prep Football for the 2021 season. At Grocery Outlet, you'll find name brand groceries and farm fresh organic produce for 40 to 70% less than conventional grocery stores. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. We hope to see you soon at Grocery Outlet, a proud supporter of the Mission Prep Royals.
Welcome back to Mission Prep Football. As Thomas has noted, my headphones look very damp.
Yeah, you might be able to catch it in the photo a little bit. You can see that extra level of shine on the helmets, a little bit of extra sag in the jerseys. The water is accumulating. It's not pouring down. It's not a rainstorm, anything like that. It's just the nature of being on the coast. We get this heavy marine layer in, and things get a little bit wet.
But it's going to make for a pretty sight. As we have movement at the line of scrimmage, here comes the flags.
Jacob Castaneda.
Mike Ostini delivers the call. It is on the Eagles, so it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Brings up 1st and 5 for the Royals.
Yeah, new quarterback in, Aiden Dolan, coming in to finish things out for the Royals. Of course, Dolan has been doing fantastic work in his relief role behind Colby White.
And we saw Dolan last week in the old switcheroo as he drops that ball, able to quickly recover, but not before the defense gets to him.
Dolan with the keeper.
And making the stop on that is Caden Javadi. Last week, the old switcheroo, the reverse from the Royals that resulted in a touchdown from Aiden Dolan.
Yeah, right now the goal is just keep this clock moving, make sure that there's no major injuries. And so Dolan going to be getting some much-needed experience here operating the offense. You look at what happened down in Lompoc, and you look at how long that dynasty kind of lasted under Aaron Jones, and a lot of it came because he's able to get big in games, get up big, and then get his backups in. So you didn't have people coming in that weren't used to the system. Here we're going to be seeing some younger guys get in and get some reps.
Dolan working from under center. Takes a snap, hands it off to Jacob Castaneda.
Jacob Castaneda with the carry.
And he gains a few yards before he's pulled to the turf. And that brings up a 3rd down.
Gage Cheney back there at the tailback position. So looking at new players at all the positions in the backfield, but a lot of familiar faces up front. And as a former lineman, I got to say, they're the ones that have actually been getting this work done. You talk about where the running backs have been getting hit for the Royals, how long White's had to throw. All of that comes down to the offensive line, and they were gangbusters tonight.
Hand off to a new running back, tripped up, trying to make the dive towards the end zone. Comes up just a little short. Gage Cheney.
No, they're going to signal this as a touchdown for Gage Cheney. I believe that's his first of the year.
And Gage Cheney into the end zone. Okay, we'll give it to Gage Cheney. I was waiting. It was a late call as Thomas's umbrella there.
Michael Hanchett on to attempt
you just got to get a little bit taller. You'll see over, and you'd see the Gage Cheney tumbling and bumbling his way through the line and then blowing his way into the end zone before being tripped up and just – he fell, and I think they were looking to see where the spot of the ball was because he hit the shoulder first and then the ball as this kick is up and good.
Left in the game.
Got 10-17 left in the game. Gage Cheney in on the score. And Thomas's umbrella making an appearance in the broadcast. We do love Thomas's help tonight. Always a trooper. He is I say this with all love and contingency or whatever the word is. I don't know. I'm horrible with big words. He is the lightweight of the group. I say that because he is the smallest frame individual here, the lightest individual here, but he toughs it out every week thanks to the big, heavy Mission Prep jacket that he wears. And he gets through the cold weather, and he toughs it out every week. And I can't thank him enough for it. You know, you and I, we have some meat on our bones, me more than you, but we get through.
I appreciate you pointing that out. I mean, I'm 6'2", 208, so I'm not some slim chicken over here. But, yeah, you know, pretty big guys doing this broadcast. If you want to know about big guy broadcasts, that's our life.
Big guy broadcast is what it's all about. And that is a muffed kickoff return. As Pascal was supposed to return that one very quickly, but has to slow down to pick it up off the turf. Barely gets across the 20. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Eagles as the clock continues to run here in the 4th quarter.
Well, you talked about when are we going to see a new kicker right there. We just saw one from PAT and the kickoff. That is Michael Hanchett with the kickoff. Still looked pretty good. Still got a good amount of distance and had an end-over-end kick right to the left side returner. So you talk about what different guys can come bring to the table. Michael Hanchett bringing his kicking skills to the table.
Mission Prep 1 touchdown away from the most points scored all season. Previous high obviously scored last week, 60 points. Handoff into the backfield. Kale Lopnow running that one. And he's taken down in the backfield.
It looked like Caleb Goodman, not Lopnow. I haven't seen Lopnow out there yet tonight, who
Yes.
I believe might be injured coming into this game because he's usually a major producer for these Eagles. And you talk about what's missing, what could have gone better for the Eagles. That's going to be one of those, I wonder if we had X that they're going to go back 2 years from now and say, that would have been great. We would have had a real chance.
That's why I hesitated saying that, because I didn't think I was reading and I'm like, that's not right. Because right above that is number 2, Goodman, and that run
Hands off to Ramey.
and Ramey going nowhere. I honestly, Steven, I expected more from the running game tonight out of the Eagles. I expected more out of Jack Wood. Obviously, he did get injured in the first half, and we haven't seen him since. And that takes a big part of your offense away when you lose your star running back.
Well, when you lose Lopnow and you lose Wood, and you're working with guys that may not be as used to the position, you're going to have some efficiency issues. But more to the point, look at what this defense has done up front between the Luera brothers, Butler, all that. It's been very tough sledding for these running backs today.
And Swan pulled down in the backfield. And that is Drew Harrigan pulling down Swan for the tackle.
Drew Harrigan's a fantastic running back, but you look at what he's done today on defense, and you start to question, man, is this guy actually a better linebacker? What else can he do? He's really an uncommon type of guy where he's going to run in those touchdowns, 30-plus yard touchdowns. He's all about that life. Also going to come in and get a sack here late in the game.
Kicking units out. That snap on the ground, but Gillis able to recover it, and we haven't seen a return all night from the special teams of the Royals.
Luke Terry back there to return, but really the punts haven't been deep enough to really warrant a return is a large part of that. So Royals once again having great field position here. 7 minutes left on the running clock, and they're just going to be kind of subbing guys in and out, seeing who wants to go get touches, who wants to go be physical here late. Mission really just showing how powerful they are and really cementing that idea that they could be the top team on the Central Coast despite being in the Ocean League.
Well, if Coach is seeing who wants touches and who hasn't got in yet, Coach, I'm still available.
You got high school eligibility left?
I do.
You're within 4 years of turning 19 or whatever it is?
Yeah, sure. You know what? We can forge some documents, right? I'm sure that some of these high school kids on the Eagles can hit harder than I can at my old age of 39. I know they move a lot faster than me. Hand off up the middle.
Hands off to Castaneda.
And Castaneda spins his way to a 5-yard gain. A big 5-yard spin.
Yeah, we saw how effective this fullback dive was late in the game against Morro Bay as well. This is kind of the sign that Mission Prep just going to do the cleanup work here. Just hand it off to Castaneda up the middle on the fullback position. I mean, the fullback dive is a thing of beauty. It hits so quickly that defenses, even if they're prepared, can't really handle it in some cases.
So, Steven, not that the fans at home can see this, but we have lights to each side of us here across the field, and it looks like the moisture in the air is blowing around us.
That's the beauty of being in a valley there, Brian.
Like we're parting the moisture air. And up the middle is Castaneda once again, coming up short of the first down, making it 3rd and 2 for the Royals here as David Schuster has slowed the game down to a slow grind.
Well, you talk about the way the wind's blowing. It's blowing straight across the downtown series. Where you start to see those early San Lucia mountain range peaks start to pop up. That's exactly where San Luis Obispo High School set their roots down, and that's going to be the task next week as Mission Prep's looking to grind this one out to a successful finish.
Looking for some scores around the Central Coast. If you got one, go ahead and hashtag or tag me in this. Castaneda's off to the races. Across 20, across 10, into the end zone. Touchdown, Royals. A 37-yard touchdown for Castaneda with 4:45 here in the fourth quarter.
And you talk about, hey, here's what the fullback dive can do for you. Just popping off some easy yards, 4 yards a pop, and then he gets behind his guard, finds the seam, turns right, finds open field, and he's gone. Castaneda down the right side, across the numbers, into the end zone by the pylon. That's what you want from the fullback. Do all the blocking, do all the dirty work, and we're going to reward you at the end of the game with some dance moves on the sideline by Castaneda. Not showing up on the screen, unfortunately, but a beautiful touchdown nonetheless.
Hanchett's extra point up and good. And it is official, Steven, with 4:45 on the clock here, Steven. 63-0. The Royals have officially scored the most points in the season this game. Previously high for the season, 60 last week. Now at 63 points, and they just keep climbing.
Well, it's going to be tough for them to break an all-time points mark, not only because they lost a game this year as far as you look at all-time offensive points, but also because they played 8-man football, and you take the record books, and sometimes that can get messy, but they racked up some serious points when they were in the 8-man football league. So I doubt that we're going to see any like high-end, all-time breaking records here, but 63 points on any given night is impressive, especially against an impressive team like the Templeton Eagles, who, as we said, coming into this game have played some stiff competition, and we're 4-4, so not a slouch as far as all things are concerned.
Jack Sue saying, "Oh wait, Michael Hanchett, I got my request. Coach must be listening on the sideline." Because Hanchett's in for the kickoff on this one. And Isaiah Pascal returns it out to the 25-yard line for the Eagles. As the clock continues to run here in the fourth quarter, it is a 63-0 ball game, and the Eagles start first and 10.
Aiden Darlington on that tackle. You love to see the quarterback get in and do some dirty work. It's not a very common thing. A lot of times your quarterbacks are the guys that kind of wait for everything to get sorted and then dive in after the fact. Not Aiden Dolan jumps into the middle of the action right there himself and gets it done on the kickoff cover.
Normally you wouldn't want your quarterback in on tackles, but in high school sports it is allowed.
It's high school.
They're going to start on their own 25.
The wind is kicking up here as St. Joseph is up 28-0 right now over Pioneer Valley. Handoff out to Goodman. He's trying to get out past the numbers, turn up the field, unable to do so for the Eagles. Caleb Goodman comes up with a short gain.
And you look right now, the Eagles probably going to be trying to take this drive to the end of the game, with no timeouts, clock not stopping when the chains move. That's going to be their goal right now. Get that score with the clock expiring, get those good feelings on the team, and get on the bus. Run out to the outside. That's going to be Isaiah Pasquale dodging one tackler. He's off across midfield. Pushes away two defenders. He's driving forward and is ultimately taken down. It's going to be Luke Terry in on the tackle, but Pasquale with a burst of speed coming here late in the game into Royals territory for the first time since that kickoff return that crossed the 50 and set them up on the 30-yard line. It'll be some good field position for the Eagles here.
And that was a great run by Pascal, aware of his blockers, aware of the defenders, delivering some stiff arm, keeping the defender at arm's length at all time. As Swan's under center, first and 10 following the big run by Pascal. Hands off to Goodman. Goodman trying to find a block, and Connor Lopez there to wrap him up and take him down in the backfield. That was a great call, Steven. That was a great call. I'm glad you took it.
I can do that from time to time. Did a little bit of play-by-play back before you signed on back in my first year. We're just trying to find whoever we could, and sometimes I got a color analyst, and they said, well, you're doing play-by-play now. So got a little bit of that under my belt as Royals got quite a bit of good defense under the belt here in this game.
1 yard loss, we'll say, for the Eagles. And up the middle by Ramey. And Lorera running away with the ball, saying he stripped it. They're saying, nah, he's down with forward motion. We're going to give him a 2-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 8 for the Eagles. 1:45 on the clock as the clock continues to run.
Yeah, Mario thought he was pretty clever pointing it out of the hands there after the play was already done. Right now it's going to be Bo Swan back under center. The man in motion, going to hand it off to Pasquale, again to the edge, again turning the corner, and he's going to be pulled down by Drew Harrigan, getting involved in defense. Once again, Drew Harrigan has been a fantastic force for the Royals on both sides of the ball. as my partner here, Brian Stanley, still looking up for those scores because I know we're all scoreboard watching. We're all wondering, what are the Tigers up to across town? As soon as we find out, we'll pass that on. But Tigers not really known on social media so much right now.
Not anymore.
I've got a path. Why don't you try to take a look here and see what you can find?
I can't find anything on the Twitterverse. It's Bo Swan under center. Big pitch out to Pascal onto the left side. Hanchett chasing him down. A number of defenders out there. And George Kardashian finally making the move to pull the offender down of Pascal. And 40 seconds on the clock. We're eagerly awaiting that score because, is the fate of destiny in one team's hands, or is it in the fate of destiny in the hands of both teams?
Yeah, well, they're playing the Greyhounds tonight. I'm not seeing any scores being posted by the Tigers, so I'll try one more place before I call it a night. As Pasquale around the corner again, he's getting fantastic room out there on the outside.
Pasquale is driven out by Connor Lopez.
And Lopez with a big hit sending Pascal out to the sideline onto the turf. And that's going to be the final play of the game. And it's official. The Royals remain undefeated here this season. 8-0, 4-0 in the Ocean League as they chase the Ocean League crown. One game left. San Luis Obispo comes to town next week.
Hey, what if I told you something? What if I told you it's a battle of teams unbeaten in the Ocean League? It's for the title outright. Nothing will be shared next Friday night. Winner takes home the title. San Luis Obispo up 31-6 on Atascadero and deep in the fourth quarter.
Mission Prep wins. Mission Prep wins. And next week, right here on Prep Sports Network, PrepSportsNetworks.com, the Slowtown Showdown. San Luis Obispo Tigers versus your Mission Prep Royals for all the marbles in the Ocean League. The Tigers coming in 4-0 in the Ocean League. Mission Prep Royals coming in 4-0 in the Ocean League. And Steven, I want you to talk about next week's game till you can't talk anymore since you're not going to be here next week. I know this is one of the games that everybody's been looking forward to all season long. I circled it on my calendar. Real quick, our final score here, 63-0. A shutout for Mission Prep, their second of the year. But let's talk about next week.
I say this with all earnesty and all respect for both teams. I'm an alumni of Slow High. I've been working with Mission Prep last 3 years. I have dear friendships on both sides of this. My most earnest and profound hope is that both teams handle themselves with respect and we see the top-level football that both schools have to offer. That's all I care about in that game. I'm not going to try and pick a winner. Not going to say who I expect to win. It'll be nice either direction. But when you've got a league title on the line, you want to see the best. You want to know what's in your core. The beauty of this is also a rivalry game. I guarantee you if neither of these teams had wins, they'd still be playing with the same intensity. That's a sign of a good rivalry. I can't wait for it to kick off. I'll be watching up in Portland, and I hope you're watching at home wherever you find yourself.
I'll be watching right here from Royals Stadium on the campus of Mission College Rep. Steven, tonight's broadcast, so many elements to it in this game, so many elements to bring the win together in such a dominating fashion on both sides of the ball, primarily the Loera brothers. But let's go down the scoring list. We had White to Howard to kick things off, 11:48 in the first quarter, 61-yard pass. Susank recovered a fumble for a fumble six, or however you wanted to refer that. I forget the
strip six.
Strip six, pick six, strip six. Thank you. 60-yard strip six for Jack Susank. 50-yard run by Jack Susank. Those are all in the first quarter. Second quarter, we had White to Callahan, 30-yard pass. White to Grant to Tyler Garrett for a 20-yard pass. And then in the second half, we start to see things shuffle around and play around and get a little interesting with the ball as we have Kardashian score, Drew Harrigan score, Gage Cheney score, Castaneda score. We almost had David Andrade score, but because of the moisture in the air, the wet gloves, the wet ball, all the elements come together. We saw a lot of drop passes tonight, not just his, but we saw a lot of drop passes tonight on both sides of that ball. But it doesn't matter because our final score here at Mission College Prep is 63-0. Again, next week, our broadcast, I'm not sure who my color guy is going to be, but we'll find somebody. Maybe we'll get David Andrade, senior, up here to join me in the booth. But our final score, 63-0. Mission Prep gathers the win. 8-0 on the year, 4-0 in the Ocean League. Next week's game, Slowtown Showdown, 7 p.m. here from Mission College Prep, is for the league title in the Ocean League. Final thoughts, Stephen?
Well, I don't think we ever named the Mama Leah's Popper Pizzeria player of the game. My final thoughts, what a showing on both sides of the ball for the Royals. They just absolutely dominate from the point of attack. And, again, it's easy to say, well, it's Templeton. It's a small community school. That's not what they're up to these days. Templeton has put together a fantastic program, nothing but respect for Coach Crow and all of the staff around him. I'm very impressed with this Royals team. It has been proven to be quite an uncommon team on the Central Coast.
And, again, our final score is 63-0. The Royals stay undefeated here this season, 2021. And it is time for the Mama Leah's Pizzeria Player of the Game. And we have so many candidates. We're just going to go down the list of candidates. We got the Lorera brothers doing great work. Both Mario and David Lorera. They're individual candidates, by the way. They're not getting it as a pair. Although we could do it as a pair. That would be interesting. We have Colby White as a candidate, Jack Susank as a candidate, and I'm going to leave that right there. Those three candidates are our three candidates. And Stephen, the votes are in. The votes are in.
Yeah, I got all these paper ballots that definitely exist.
It took us a long time to count them up. And you have the envelope now, Stephen.
Oh, okay, good. I wasn't sure where this was going. Yeah, I've got the envelope.
So why don't you go ahead and open that envelope and let us know who our player of the game is for Mama Leah's Pizzeria.
And I've got a photo here. It's a little bit tough to tell. It could be one of two different guys.
It is a little wet out, so the photo gets a little damp.
When I put it in the darkness, I can feel that existential dread that only one person brought to this game, and that's David Luera, setting the tone to the game early, coming at like a bat out of hell, tackling and destroying quarterbacks and running backs in the backfield, setting up that strip six for Jack Susank. I mean, that sack in a strip to set off the game early on, that set the tempo early. That's what set the game going. That's what gets you an MVP performance.
You go with the bat out of hell. You couldn't go with the Archangel Michael and the Sword of Justice? Come on.
It's Halloween time, okay?
Oh, come on. You can still go as Archangel Michael.
Sure. All right.
And the Sword of Justice? Anyways, next week I might come in a costume. I'm thinking of going as Rod Farva from Super Troopers. You'll have to come and find out. Just leave it at that. Again, our final score here, we're going to take off. Mission Prep wins 63-0, the biggest win of the year for the Royals. Biggest outscoring win, 63 points. Biggest shutout win, most points scored all year. Our final score. We'll see you next week. Slowtown Showdown, 7 p.m. right here on PrepSportsNetworks.com next Friday. Be here.